To every girl child, whether the healthcare, be the education. 'Cause I be small girl, but I get big dreams. I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow, hope for tomorrow. And I deserve the best. Indeed, I'm a pride of Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian child.
Every boy, every girl deserves a future that is bright. But when we fold our hands, who is gonna shine the light? There is no better time for you and me to take a stand. So give love and bring hope to the future in your hand, yeah.
I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow.
And the hope for tomorrow.
And I deserve
The hope for tomorrow.
Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian child.
I'm a Nigerian child.
Nigerian
I'm a Nigerian child.
Nigerian
Say, I'm a Nigerian child. I'm a Nigerian child.
Spread love for the children. Every day give love to the children. Let you know that the kids in the future. Let you know that the kids in the future. Yeah, spread love to the children. Every day give love to the children. Every day spread love to the children. Let you know that the kids in the future. Yeah.
I am the future of my nation. I am the new generation. I am a light that cannot be snuffed, a dream that cannot be stopped. I can be the best. I have no other home besides this piece of land to call my own. I am a Nigerian child.
Alele, 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 life, alele. If I get chance, children stay and celebrate them every day. Give them right today, make we no rob them of your tomorrow. Who's my for their face, make we no let them to live in sorrow.
I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow.
Ba, 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 ba.
نحن الفيوتشر جنريشن، نحن أكثر شيء بنحب التغيير.
The only way we're going to address youth problems is to listen to youth.
Generation Unlimited is a unique platform to innovate and come up with ideas.
We want adolescents and young people of Kosovo to experience quality learning. We want them to get skills for decent work, and we want them to be empowered and resilient.
So they're going to move from being problem owners to problem solvers.
Trying to solve the challenges they're facing using their own resources, their own knowledge, and their own community as a whole.
Naša ideja za rješenje jeste formiranje web stranice, to jest foruma preko kojeg ćemo imati veću komunikaciju sa roditeljima, učenicima i profesorima.
ไอเดียที่พวกหนูคิดในวันนี้ก็คือการส่งเสริมให้คนในชุมชนได้มีอาชีพเสริมไม่ทำให้เกิดการว่างงานเพื่อจะหารายได้เสริมค่ะ
Osjećam se sjajno i srećno, vrlo smo ponosne što je naša ideja.
When they get up and pitch and you take them seriously, they feel so proud.
Being a part of this program has been a really nice experience and it has been very empowering as well.
The growth for the innovators has been more than expected. They came in with basic ideas and they left with amazing refined ideas that are ready to go out there and be tested.
تعلمنا نمط تفكير جديد كلياً فهذا كان إنجاز بالنسبة لي يعني.
نحن الشباب نحن عن جد حاسين مشاكلنا شو هي، نحن أكثر حدا ممكن يحل هذه المشكلة أو يلاقي حلول لهذه المشكلة.
To every girl child, whether the healthcare, be the education. 'Cause I be small girl, but I can big dreams. I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow, hope for tomorrow. And I deserve the best. Indeed, I'm a pride of Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian child.
Every boy, every girl deserves a future that is bright. But when we fold our hands, who is gonna shine the light? There is no better time for you and me to take a stand. So give love and bring hope to the future in your hand, yeah.
I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow.
I'm the hope for tomorrow.
And I deserve
the hope for tomorrow.
I'm a Nigerian child.
I'm a Nigerian child.
I'm a Nigerian child.
I'm a Nigerian child. Say I'm a Nigerian child. I'm a Nigerian child.
of my nation. I am the new generation. I am a light that cannot be snuffed, a dream that cannot be stopped. I can be the best. I have no other home besides this piece of land to call my own. I am a Nigerian child.
If I get chance, children's day, and to celebrate them every day. Live your right today, make you no rob them of your tomorrow. Who's my for your face, make you no let them to live in sorrow.
I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow. And I deserve the best. Indeed, I'm a child of Nigeria.
I'm a Nigerian child. I am the reason to believe that it is possible. I'm the result to show that anyone is capable. No child is less important, no matter who you are. With a little love and the chance, you too can be a star, yes.
نحن الفيوتشر جنريشن، نحن أكثر شيء بنحب التغيير.
The only way we're going to address youth problems is to listen to youth.
Generation Unlimited is a unique platform to innovate and come up with ideas.
We want adolescents and young people of Kosovo to experience quality learning. We want them to get skills for decent work, and we want them to be empowered and resilient.
So they're going to move from being problem owners to problem solvers.
Trying to solve the challenges they're facing using their own resources, their own knowledge, and their own community as a whole.
Naša ideja za rješenje jeste formiranje web stranice, to jest foruma preko kojeg ćemo imati veću komunikaciju sa roditeljima, učenicima i profesorima.
ไอเดียที่พวกหนูคิดในวันนี้ก็คือการส่งเสริมให้คนในชุมชนได้มีอาชีพเสริมไม่ทำให้เกิดการว่างงานเพื่อที่จะหารายได้เสริมค่ะ
Osjećam se sjajno i srećno, vrlo smo ponosne što je naša ideja.
When they get up and pitch and you take them seriously, they feel so proud.
Being a part of this program has been a really nice experience, and it has been very empowering as well.
The growth for the innovators has been more than expected. They came in with basic ideas and they left with amazing refined ideas that are ready to go out there and be tested.
تعلمنا نمط تفكير جديد كليا، فهذا كان إنجاز بالنسبة لي يعني.
نحن الشباب نحن عن جد حاسين مشاكلنا شو هي، سو نحن أكثر حدا ممكن يحل هذه المشكلة أو يلاقي حلول لهذه المشكلة.
Give me your ears, I no go back. Picking it good love and care. Kings and queens, leaders of tomorrow. Life for better if you pay attention to every girl child. Whether the healthcare, be the education. 'Cause I be small girl, oh, but I get big dreams. I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow. Hope for tomorrow. And I deserve the best. Indeed, I'm a pride of Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian child. I'm a Nigerian child. I'm a Nigerian child. I'm a Nigerian
Makaranta ilimi, tarbiyya malami, yara in sun yi kyawu, ƙasa ta kyawu bai ɗaya. Every boy, every girl deserves a future that is bright. But when we fold our hands, who is gonna shine the light? There is no better time for you and me to take a stand. So give love and bring hope to the future in your hand, yeah.
I am the future of my nation. I am the new generation. I am a light that cannot be snuffed, a dream that cannot be stopped. I can be the best. I have no other home besides this piece of land to call my own. I am a Nigerian child.
Alele, alele, ale jalape alele. If I get chance, children's day, I'm celebrate them every day. Keep your right today, make we no rob them of your tomorrow. Who's my for their face, make we no let them to live in sorrow. To believe that it is possible, the result to show that anyone is capable. No child is less important, no matter who you are. With a little love and the chance, you too can be a star, yes.
نحن الفيوتشر جنريشن، نحن أكثر شيء بنحب التغيير.
The only way we're going to address youth problems is to listen to youth.
Generation Unlimited is a unique platform to innovate and come up with ideas.
We want adolescents and young people of Kosovo to experience quality learning. We want them to get skills for decent work, and we want them to be empowered and resilient.
So they're going to move from being problem owners to problem solvers.
Trying to solve the challenges they're facing using their own resources, their own knowledge and their own community as a whole.
Naša ideja za rešenje jeste formiranje web stranice, to jest foruma preko kojeg ćemo imati veću komunikaciju sa roditeljima, učenicima i profesorima.
ไอเดียที่พวกหนูคิดในวันนี้ก็คือการส่งเสริมให้คนในชุมชนได้มีอาชีพเสริมไม่ทำให้เกิดการว่างงานเพื่อที่จะหารายได้เสริมค่ะ
Osjećam se sjajno i srećno, vrlo smo ponosne što je naša ideja.
When they get up and pitch and you take them seriously, they feel so proud.
Being a part of this program has been a really nice experience, and it has been very empowering as well.
The growth for the innovators has been more than expected. They came in with basic ideas and they left with amazing refined ideas that are ready to go out there and be tested.
تعلمنا نمط تفكير جديد كليا، فهذا كان إنجاز بالنسبة لي يعني.
نحن الشباب نحن عن جد حاسين مشاكلنا شو هي، سو نحن أكثر حدا ممكن يحل هذه المشكلة أو يلاقي حلول لهذه المشكلة.
To every girl child, whether the healthcare, be the education. 'Cause I be small girl, but I get big dreams. I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow, hope for tomorrow. And I deserve the best. Indeed, I'm a pride of Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian child. I'm a Nigerian child. I'm a Nigerian child. I'm a Nigerian child.
Makaranta ilimi, tarbiyya malami, yara in sun yi kyawu, ƙasa ta yi kyawu bai ɗaya, bai ɗaya.
Every boy, every girl deserves a future that is bright. But when we fold our hands, who is gonna shine the light? There is no better time for you and me to take a stand. So give love and bring hope to the future in your hand, yeah.
I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow.
my nation. I am the new generation. I am a light that cannot be snuffed, a dream that cannot be stopped. I can be the best. I have no other home besides this piece of land to call my own. I am a Nigerian child.
Alele, alele, ale jelepe, alele. If I get chance, children's day, and celebrate them every day. Give me a right today, make you no rub them on your tomorrow. Who's my for their face, make you no let them to live in sorrow.
I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow. And I deserve the best. Indeed, I'm the light of Nigeria.
I'm a Nigerian child. I am the reason to believe that it is possible. I'm the result to show that anyone is capable. No child is less important, no matter who you are. With a little love and the chance, you too can be a star, yes.
بالتغيير.
Problem solvers.
หารายได้เสริมค่ะ
تعلمنا نمط تفكير جديد كليا، فهذا كان إنجاز بالنسبة لإلي يعني.
نحن الشباب نحن عن جد حاسين
Give me your ears, I no go back. Picking it good love and care. Kings and queens, leaders of tomorrow. Life for better if we pay attention to every girl child. Whether the healthcare, be the education. 'Cause I be small girl, oh, but I get big dreams. I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow. Hope for tomorrow. And I deserve the best. Indeed, I don't kind of Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian child. I'm a Nigerian child. I'm a Nigerian child. I'm a Nigerian
Makaranta ilimi, tarbiyya malami, yara in sun yi kyawu, ƙasa ta kyawu bai ɗaya.
Every boy, every girl deserves a future that is bright. But when we fold our hands, who is gonna shine the light? There is no better time for you and me to take a stand. So give love and bring hope to the future in your hand, yeah.
I am the future of my nation. I am the new generation. I am a light that cannot be snuffed, a dream that cannot be stopped. I can be the best. I have no other home besides this piece of land to call my own. I am a Nigerian child.
Alele, 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 jalape, alele. If I get chance, children's day, to celebrate them every day. Keep your right today, make you no rob them of your tomorrow. Who's my for their face, make you no let them to live in sorrow. Important, no matter who you are, with a little love and the chance, you too can be a star, yes.
نحن الفيوتشر جنريشن، نحن أكثر شيء بنحب التغيير.
The only way we're going to address youth problems is to listen to youth.
Generation Unlimited is a unique platform to innovate and come up with ideas.
We want adolescents and young people of Kosovo to experience quality learning. We want them to get skills for decent work, and we want them to be empowered and resilient.
So they're going to move from being problem owners to problem solvers.
Trying to solve the challenges they're facing using their own resources, their own knowledge and their own community as a whole.
Naša ideja za rešenje jeste formiranje web stranice, to jest foruma preko kojeg ćemo imati veću komunikaciju sa roditeljima, učenicima i profesorima.
ไอเดียที่พวกหนูคิดในวันนี้ก็คือการส่งเสริมให้คนในชุมชนได้มีอาชีพเสริมไม่ทำให้เกิดการว่างงานเพื่อที่จะหารายได้เสริมค่ะ
Osjećam se sjajno i srećno, vrlo smo ponosne što je naša ideja.
When they get up and pitch and you take them seriously, they feel so proud.
Being a part of this program has been a really nice experience and it has been very empowering as well.
The growth for the innovators has been more than expected. They came in with basic ideas and they left with amazing refined ideas that are ready to go out there and be tested.
تعلمنا نمط تفكير جديد كلياً فهذا كان إنجاز بالنسبة لي يعني.
نحن الشباب نحن عن جد حاسين مشاكلنا شو هي، سو نحن أكثر حدا ممكن يحل هذه المشكلة أو يلاقي حلول لهذه المشكلة.
To every girl child, whether the healthcare, be the education. 'Cause I be small girl, but I get big dreams. I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow, hope for tomorrow. And I deserve the best. Indeed, I'm a pride of Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian child.
Every boy, every girl deserves a future that is bright. But when we fold our hands, who is gonna shine the light? There is no better time for you and me to take a stand. So give love and bring hope to the future in your hand, yeah.
I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow.
snuffed, a dream that cannot be stopped. I can be the best. I have no other home besides this piece of land to call my own. I am a Nigerian child.
Alele, alele, ale jalape, alele. If I get chance, children's day, I'm celebrate them every day. Keep them right today, make we no rub them up here tomorrow. Who's my for their face, make we no let them to live in sorrow.
I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow. And I deserve the best. Indeed, I'm a child of Nigeria.
I'm a Nigerian child. I am the reason to believe that it is possible. I'm the result to show that anyone is capable. No child is less important, no matter who you are. With a little love and the chance, you too can be a star, yes.
نحن الفيوتشر جنريشن. نحن الفيوتشر جنريشن، نحن أكثر شيء بنحب التغيير.
The only way we're going to address youth problems is to listen to youth.
Generation Unlimited is a unique platform to innovate and come up with ideas.
We want adolescents and young people of Kosovo to experience quality learning. We want them to get skills for decent work, and we want them to be empowered and resilient.
So they're going to move from being problem owners to problem solvers.
Trying to solve the challenges they're facing using their own resources, their own knowledge, and their own community as a whole.
Naša ideja za rješenje jeste formiranje web stranice, to jest foruma preko kojeg ćemo imati veću komunikaciju sa roditeljima, učenicima i profesorima.
ไอเดียที่พวกหนูคิดในวันนี้ก็คือการส่งเสริมให้คนในชุมชนได้มีอาชีพเสริมไม่ทำให้เกิดการว่างงานเพื่อที่จะหารายได้เสริมค่ะ
Osjećam se sjajno i srećno, vrlo smo ponosne što je naša ideja.
When they get up and pitch and you take them seriously, they feel so proud.
Being a part of this program has been a really nice experience, and it has been very empowering as well.
The growth for the innovators has been more than expected. They came in with basic ideas and they left with amazing refined ideas that are ready to go out there and be tested.
تعلمنا نمط تفكير جديد كليا، فهذا كان إنجاز بالنسبة لي يعني.
نحن الشباب نحن عن جد حاسين مشاكلنا شو هي، نحن أكثر حدا ممكن يحل هذه المشكلة أو يلاقي حلول لهذه المشكلة.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, while we settle down, just to take you through a few of the house rules for now. This event is actually streamed live. It's actually streamed live. We have a hashtag, GenU Nigeria. If you have pictures or taking anything from here, please remember that hashtag so we ensure it trends in Nigeria and around the world today. The restrooms are to my right. That will be to your left. Let's go down through that aisle and you'll find the restrooms at the bottom of the staircase. We have 3 exits in this building in case of emergency. The one right down the middle and the 2 to the extremes, left and right. Please use them and you'll be guided if need be. But we don't look forward to any emergencies at all. It's going to be fun and it's going to be fine all the way. It's going to be an interesting morning into afternoon, and we look forward to this very, very important and very significant event today. I'll tell you my name in a few minutes, but I'd like to respectfully invite Anjola Olarinwaju to start us off with the national anthem. Anjola?
Please can we rise for the national anthem? Arise, O compatriot, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and mind, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. God bless.
Thank you, Anjola. Please be seated. The government functionaries here present, led by the governors of Kano, Edo, and Lagos states, the Minister of State for Science and Technology, commissioners here present, directors general here present, all senior special assistants to the president here present, private sector players who are here, international development partners, heads of UN agencies, members of the diplomatic corps, young people and influencers in the room, the media, guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We're here today to talk about young people, particularly young people in Nigeria today. Young people who are unsure, who are uncertain, who are demoralized, and in some instances, traumatized when they think about a bleak future. We're here, ladies and gentlemen, to give some light and hope to that future with the launch of Generation Unlimited Nigeria. Knowing that 65.6 million Nigerian youth are in our country today, aged between 10 to 24 years. This very important and significant initiative is to ensure that they reach their potential. This population represents the future of Nigeria, and equipping them with skills and opportunities will ensure they are prepared to thrive and drive Nigeria forward to achieve sustainable development. Now, the Generation Unlimited Nigeria project is a platform with a vision that will result in huge benefits for the 20 million young people it aims to reach in 10 years. It may seem like a tall dream, like an impossible dream, but then Madiba was the one who said it. It always seems impossible until it is done. And we believe that with Gen U Nigeria, which is a partnership to make a difference, we'll see that transform education, employment and entrepreneurship, and empowerment for young people by bringing young people together with government, the private sector, influencers, and international development partners. We're going to have a number of sessions today. We'll have various speakers across the divide to tell us their stories, to hear what they have to say, and indeed what commitments they're putting on ground to ensure that this big dream happens. My name is Inya Ode, and I'll be taking you through the events for this morning into afternoon. Emmanuel is right beside me, helping out with the sign language to ensure that no one is left behind. 2030 is almost here. The SDGs are upon us, and indeed we want to see everyone carried along because there are too many disparities. There's just so much going on, especially for young people who are underserved, those who are living with disabilities, those who are living with one form of trauma or the other. We want to bring everyone to the table to ensure that no one is left behind. So we look forward to you joining us on this journey to 2030, to reaching 20 million young people in Nigeria. Without further ado, may I ask that the video on Global Generation, the Global Generation Unlimited introductory video be played so we understand where we are and indeed what we hope to achieve at the end of the day.
There are 1.8 billion young people in the world today. That's a lot.
Most of us live in lower income countries.
200 million of us aren't in secondary school.
A lot of us didn't even finish primary school.
Even the nearest school can be too far.
A waste of time.
Unsafe.
There are more of us,
but fewer of us are working.
I couldn't find a job.
I'm not allowed to have one.
These are our generation's problems.
But our generation has the solutions.
They're global
and local.
They're innovative.
And they work.
We have the solutions.
And you have the power.
The expertise.
The resources.
So let's co-create.
Refine.
Scale up.
We need classrooms that are online and on point.
A second chance if at first I don't succeed.
It doesn't stop at literacy or numeracy.
We need new skills too.
Problem-solving skills.
Soft skills.
Mad skills.
1 in 3 women aren't learning, training, or working.
As opposed to 1 in 10 men.
I don't need to find my voice, I have a voice. I just need to be heard. And we won't stop searching for new ideas.
We can connect every school in the world to the internet.
Instantly translate languages so we can work anywhere.
Swipe right into a career.
Our generation is 25% of the population,
but 100%
of the future.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Generation Unlimited.
Indeed, It's our time, our turn, and our future. I don't know if I'm permitted to say that though, being that I've crossed the mark, but hey, we're all young at heart, aren't we? Yeah, I believe that. Thank you so much. All right, so moving on, let's get into the program with a very brief summary, so to speak, of where we are and indeed where we hope to be. And the person who's going to give us this summary is a woman of steel, in a manner of speaking. She's a lawyer. She's a passionate advocate of the transformative power of entrepreneurship as the key to economic development of Africa. She was appointed in April 2019 as the third CEO of the Tony Elumelu Foundation, TEF, Africa's leading philanthropy. And she holds the distinction of being the first African to hold this position. I believe she deserves a round of applause for that. She has been involved in so many things, indeed driving Nigeria forward and driving young people forward. But she's responsible for the overall development and implementation of the foundation's initiatives. She oversees its day-to-day operations, and she steers the foundation's positioning, partnership, and engagement with the wider development ecosystem as the Tony Elumelu Foundation launches into its next stage of scale, expanded impact, and intelligent mining of its proprietary data on African entrepreneurship. She is the co-chair of GenU Nigeria's steering committee. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome Ifeyinwa Ugochukwu, the CEO of the Tony Elumelu Foundation, to give her welcome address and indeed her remarks. Please, let's keep clapping until she gets here. Thank you so much.
Good morning once again, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Please permit me to stand on all existing protocols. I would like to start with an African proverb. It is the young trees that make up the forest. What is a forest without its trees? Nothing. What is a country without its youth? Nothing. You can tell I like my African proverbs. I'm big on the wisdom of our ancestors. And so another African proverb states that if you do not train the children and bring them up in the way that they should go, they will burn the village down. We saw a snippet of this with NSARS. It was a wake-up call for all of us. It epitomizes precisely why we are here today to launch UNICEF's Generation Unlimited Nigeria. Truth be told, the tireless and committed work of the UNICEF team has been ongoing for many years. In fact, the first time I had a meeting on GenU was in 2018. So, Generation Unlimited Nigeria is about connectivity, pure and simple. It's about bringing together government, private sector, international development partners, and the youth themselves to create a Nigeria where the youth are engaged and productive members of the society. And there's no better medium to achieve this than digital technology. And that is why GenU has employed and leveraged technology to its height to ensure that young Nigerians have access to training, have access to skills acquisitions that will prepare them to be employable, and goes beyond that to connect them to jobs. With 65 million youth, the alternative is unthinkable. The alternative is ungovernable. As co-chair of the UNICEF Gen U Nigeria, let me say that the UNICEF Nigeria team, working closely with HQ in New York, has put together an incisive digital protocol and landscape to ensure that Gen U Nigeria, as we've already heard, reaches 20 million young Nigerians by 2030 with education, skills training, employment, entrepreneurship, and empowerment. Imagine a society where the younger generation has access to an abundance of opportunities and have been equipped with the required skills and trainings to harness and leverage these opportunities. Imagine a society where every young Nigerian between the ages of 10 and 24 is in some form of school, learning, training, or employment. Imagine 2030 in Nigeria with 65 million producers, employers, earners, and spenders. This is our goal, ladies and gentlemen, and it is disruptive. It will change the game completely. And the fact that you are all here in this room today shows that you've not only bought in to this vision, but that you are ready to go beyond the talking to the doing. And so, in the last decade, since its inception, the Tony Elumelu Foundation has focused on empowering young Africans, eradicating poverty, providing employment opportunities, and accelerating economic growth. Parallels can be drawn between the visions of both organizations. What we do is rooted in our recognition that it is essential to create an enabling environment where young people will not only have access to these opportunities, but be equipped to take advantage of these opportunities. So to all Gen U partners and stakeholders in this room and outside this room, this is more than just a partnership. It is the very fabric of who we are. It is a unique opportunity to come together to build our future by uplifting our youth. Gen U is also distinctly about co-creating with the youth themselves. And that is why we have U Report. Someone once said that Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg were only able to innovate and create the brilliant products they did because they were in their youth. That not in a million years would they be able to come up with those disruptive inventions today. And Gen U is giving Nigerian youth the platform, the skills, the training to create their own inventions, to bring out their own genius. Apparently, genius is for the under 30s. All of us, or all the rest of us, are just managing ourselves. But seriously, we can harness our youth. So permit me to end with another proverb, this time Chinese, not African. The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, and the next best time is now. That said, I would like each of us to leave here today with a sense of responsibility and urgency. The time to act is now. And Gen U Nigeria can be likened to a supersonic digital train that will take us to our destination, which is engaged and productive Nigerian youth with no child left behind. Thank you.
Another round of applause for the proverbial Ifeanyiwa. Yes, is laced with proverbs, and we appreciate all the words that you have shared. Indeed, it's a very trying time for the Nigerian youth, but then there is hope, and it is that hope that we have come together to share. Yes, the Nigerian government has done quite a lot for the Nigerian youth, but as usual, it may not be enough. And like Oliver Twist, would always want more. Yes, there's the Nigerian Youth Investment Fund for 500,000 jobs being provided between 2020 and 2023. There's a Nigerian Youth Employment Action Plan. We also have the Nigerian National Youth Policy that is on ground. So quite a lot is being done, but then we can do more. And it is in that vein of doing more that we're here today. We'll have our very first panel right now, and this panel will be a very interesting one because it will be moderated by two of our young people in the room this morning. But then two very eminent gentlemen will be sharing their thoughts on why we have Generation Unlimited. Why do we have this project? What are the implications for Nigerian youth? This is what we'll be discussing on this panel with two guests, Fela Bank Olemo, who's the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Education Interventions, and Peter Hawkins, the Country Representative, UNICEF Nigeria. The moderators for this panel are Anjola Olarewaju, who's currently an ambassador for Green Janitors. It's an initiative that focuses on keeping the environment clean and sustainable. Anjola. And Victory Ashaka is a multi-award-winning spoken word poet. He's an artist, he's a content creator, a climate change activist, and an SDGs advocate. I don't know how old he is. He sounds 50, but I'm sure he'll be a lot younger than that. Please another round of applause for them. Thank you.
Good morning, Your Excellencies, distinguished personalities, all protocols duly observed. Ladies and gentlemen, Victory Ashaka is my name, and I'm a spoken word poet, an artist, a content creator, a climate change activist, and advocate for SDG, and the Solution 17 champion. I am happy to join you all here today as we will discuss the essence of the Generation Unlimited and its implication for the Nigerian youth. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not moderating this session alone. I also have my colleague.
I'm so happy. I'm an artist, musician, a songwriter, a solution 7, and an advocate for climate change, an advocate for the sustainable development. And we're going to be having this session with Mr. Peter Hawkins, the country representative of UNICEF Nigeria.
Okay, I am also excited to have a distinguished personality in our midst today, Mr. Fela Bank Olimo. And he is the Senior Special Advisor to the Vice President on Education. So right about now, it's time to kick the ball rolling. We have a couple of questions here to ask today for them to give us answers to enlighten us about this project, about this initiative for young people. And the first question here today will be directed at Mr. Fela Bank Olimo. Sir, why do you think Generation Unlimited is a solution for young people in Nigeria? And what's the importance of this initiative in Nigeria?
Good morning, everybody. Nice to be here. I think for us, the key thing has always been, how do you engage Nigeria? For years, we've all said, and we all know that the Nigerian population is youth dominated, and also the fact that there's a youth bulge in Nigeria. For the government, the question has always been, how do you ensure that that youth bulge is effectively engaged to ensure that they add value to the Nigerian economy and Nigerian nation? And that's why we're excited about Generation Unlimited. That's why we're working on it for a long time. And the fact that the program itself was created and the search done for it was by the Nigerians themselves. What do we need to do to engage Nigerians? So it wasn't Nigerian youth being outside the creation of the board, being at the center of the creation of gender. So they activate the things we're going to be doing, digital skills. These are the things everybody needs to remain relevant in the economy of the world today. Connectivity is very important. So those are the issues we're going to be focusing on generation and things. And like I said, I believe strongly that we're able to engage on it effectively, to the benefit of Nigeria. And that's one thing we must do in the coming.
Lovely one. And okay, so the next question goes to Mr. Peter Hawkins. And we would like to know when the work of Generation Unlimited started in Nigeria.
Very few people know Angela Ridley and I go back now nearly 3 years, I think. It was actually my birthday when I felt old and they inspired me as the young. So first of all, I want to thank you both. It's a fantastic picture that they did of all the SDGs, 17 SDGs that they initiated and showed how much youth themselves have to offer with ideas about their future. What inspires me about the agenda? It's your time, it's your turn, but it's our collective future. And when I say our collective future, I mean the young people and the old people working together to make your aspirations come real. Generation Unlimited Nigeria is a dream, one actually created in this very room on the 7th of July, if I remember, 2019. And it was Ife and her chairman, Tony, who inspired us all to say that 65 million youth of today, between 10 and 24, have a future. They are our future. They are the greatness of this country. We look after them today. We give them the platform today. Ensure that they have a voice. Ensure that they are able to develop the skills and learning that allows them to continue to aspire. But above all, we connect them, their youth, your youth, to the country's future. There is a very bright future, not only for you, but also for this country. So, the microphone doesn't think so. I hope you can all hear me. So, what we have done, and in simple terms, ensure one, the technology is available for youth at its most ambitious, able to access data and knowledge. Secondly, it's able to develop the learning and skills which are connected to employability. But above all, and none of it will work without it, is to ensure that young people are respected and able to give not only their own opinion about what is happening, but be able to shape their future. As Ife has said, your report has engaged 3.7 million. Only this over the past year, we've engaged 450,000 young people under the Generation Unlimited Challenge Fund. That's a phenomenal number. More importantly, a phenomenal energy, ideas, and aspirations.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter. We are the future. We the youth are the future. We are the generation that is yet to do great things, and we've started already. Okay, so Mr. Fela Bankoto, I would like to know the difference that Generation Unlimited would do for the youth in Nigeria. Like, what difference we make, or what difference we create for the youth in Nigeria.
Empowerment, primarily to ensure they have the right skills to excel. The experience has shown that you need to equip people effectively, and that's what Generation Unlimited is supposed to do. The numbers are impressive. That's why we believe we have to have big numbers. We're a massive country, a large economy in Africa. We need to empower our youth. So the numbers impressive, 20 million. The fact that it's initiated in a partnership with the federal government, Ministerial, private sector, we can achieve that. And experience has shown, based on what a lot of people are doing already, states and people that to equip the Nigerians, to give them the skills they need, give them the opportunity they need, give them the access they need. They can change things around. You know, I say every time that if we fail to empower youth effectively, then this nation is going to fail. And we know that. So it's critical that we do the things we need to do. We need to dream big. We need to come up with disruptive ideas that makes life, that changes things. And we need to ensure we get it done. So yesterday, we're excited about today, but I'm more excited about the work we have to do after today, when we drill down and ensure that we're not just talking numbers, but we're ensuring that these things are real, that the average Nigerian youth, wherever you are in this country, you have access, you have skills, and we help you succeed. Genuine is to ensure that you succeed, and it's a commitment we're making, and it's a work we're willing to do.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Fela, for that brilliant response. Because as young people, we are meant to be like the star that shines in the darkest hour and like the sun that brightens up our world. And we are not meant to be passive participants in conversations about the future, but we are meant to be active about conversations about the future. And that's what we are ready to do. So on that slide, I would like to ask Mr. Peter Hawkins about the track record. What has been the track record so far, and what's the response of the business sector?
Thank you very much. The track record is, let's be honest and upfront at the beginning. When you go to the private sector and talk about youth, they are so keen to do something. They are so keen to get engaged, not only because they believe in the youth and the youth of this country, but it's their future, their business, their domain. It's their investment today for tomorrow. I have met and always been inspired. Private sector in the private sector area wants to do the partnership with private sector youth for perfect, where you want to do sector wants with you for the, it is your turn. I think we have in this room here 3 colleagues, young people, during the pandemic, worked hard. Those challenges level on the education. Those ideas their inspiration that make us do are looking for, and but that is what private sector combine to make a real.
Hello. Just about just what Peter said. Sorry. One of the reasons I'm very excited about Genu, like Peter alluded to, the fact that the private sector in Nigeria has always shown that they're able to, they will support, come up with a big idea, if it's well thought through, if it's transparent, and it's real. I mean, I can speak to a lot of things that have been done, ready, set, work. I mean, when I see organizations like PwC being here, it excites me because I have a track record of working with organizations that want to get things done. So the key thing about GenU is, yes, what we're doing here is very important, and we're excited to see everybody here, the governors, the ministers, we're excited about that. But I think for every one of us, the youths, UNICEF, all of us here, is the work we do after we leave here today. It's when we drill down to ensure that on a daily basis, wherever you are, whenever a Nigerian youth is, wherever you are in this country, you have access to the opportunities that GenU can give you. And that access is open to you regardless of your tribe, regardless of your religion, regardless of who you are. We meet you where you are and we improve you. And that's the commitment GenU is making. And that's why we're excited at what we're doing here today. And we hope that everybody here will hold us and hold us accountable. 6 months from now, you're asking, what is GenU doing? 1 year from now, what is GenU doing? So we get these things done, reach the numbers, and we change the narrative.
Thank you very much, Mr. Back to you. So UNICEF is an organization passionate about youths, children, women. So I'd like to know what prompted you to take the lead on generation. Okay, Mr. Peter.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much for that question. United Nations that recognize United Nations development for why the United global there to promote and youth are population able to they can right to nations as drive behind ultimate young people. Well, globally, very lucky today we have the
Thank you so much, Mr. Peter Oki, for that answer. Asks, what do you mean when you say Generation Unlimited is a multi-sector partnership?
Thank you very much. Multi-sector partnership speaks to the different people different organizations that are involved in making this work. So like Peter alluded to, United Nations is key. UNICEF is the driving force within United Nations. Here we have a lot of the private sector organizations that you see here are also very key. And then we have the federal government also and the state governments, because these interventions will be driven through states and the state government. So that's what you have here. Those are the key people, institutions that are involved in trying to ensure that this program achieves the objective we wanted to achieve. That's what we're trying to do.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Peter Hawkins and Mr. Fela Bank. We'd like to ask about two young people in our midst today who would like to ask a couple of questions because we also need to hear the voices of young people in today. If you have a question from the young people, we'd like to take about 2 questions.
So my question Peter. So considering how many organizations have been created to help young people all over the world, just I wanted to ask, is GenU just another means to raise more funds, or is this a concrete initiative that would yield better result?
Please, can we have the second question?
All right, good morning, ladies. My name is Haruna Ibrahim. I'm a member of Team Muda, a winner in story. My question goes to you, Mr. Fela. As GenU is launched today, implementation continues. What is the plan to engage more partners?
Did you get the questions?
Great. Thank you very much. Is Generation Unlimited yet another organization to look at a youth? No. It's a platform that hopefully will bring all the initiatives together to be able to ensure that the partnership is between the private sector, the government, the United Nations international community, but also importantly the influencers who are a very important part of that. And those 4 groups of people, how they interact and how they are influenced by and driven by the young people themselves. And I think that is the key difference. It's at a national level in Nigeria, which is almost global in itself, but also at a global level. So it's that interface which is key. Do you want to take the second one?
Okay, the second question speaks to how do we engage more youths. I mean, the key thing here is, like I said earlier, is yes, it's good what we're doing here today, but the next thing is drilling down to ensure we impact the youths. And let me say, for example, now the 2 pilot states we're starting with is Lagos and Kano. And right now in Lagos and Kano, we're mapping over 1,000 schools that are going to be connected to the internet to ensure that the students in those schools have internet access, on the daily education. That's being done right now. So there are real things that are being done. We have organizations like Jobberman that are already creating a lot of programs to improve the skills of the average youths. The key thing now is to expand that. So there are programs that are going on already. What GenU will be doing is to bring together the necessary people, private sector, and all the necessary skills to expand these programs and ensure that more Nigerian youths have access to this. I think the key thing we're saying here is, yes, we're excited to be here when launching this. Yes, a lot of things are going on. But I think for everybody in this room, moving forward is to engage and ensure that the things we say we're going to do, we end up doing them. And you can ensure that. Track this program, ensure it's achieving the goals it wants to do. And if we do that, for us as Nigerians, this is our country, we have nowhere else to go. We have to make it work. It's a commitment to making sure these things work so that we can change the narrative in our nation. And to do that, we have to engage our Nigerian youth. So yes, the pressure is on us to get it done, but I think there's more pressure on everybody here to track what is being done and put pressure on us to ensure the job is done. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bank and Mr. Peter Hawkins. This was a really nice session, and we are so happy for this opportunity that GenU is providing for youth across Nigeria and globally. We're so excited, and thank you very much for paying attention, everyone. I remain Angela Olua Olarewaju.
And Angela, one minute, just to both thank both of you and for your rendition of the national anthem, which was fantastic, well done. But also recognize our colleagues from the NYSC who have joined us upstairs. We wanted them to be down here, and a very important part of our gathering, but the COVID-19 protocols did not allow us to do that. But they are an incredible group of people. I think there are 30 of them, together with other young people. It is your time. It is your turn, and it's our collective future. So let's go together and achieve greatness for this country. And Angela and Victory, well done, and thank you very much.
Another round of applause for the panel. Thank you so much. We apologize for the sound. Sure, we'll get it right very, very soon. So they discussed empowerment of young people in Nigeria. We look forward to another session right now, another panel, where we discuss engagement. We've heard how Genui is positioned to support young people. Now we're going to listen to other young Nigerians, challenges, their aspirations, and indeed the opportunities they see. This panel will be moderated by two very eminent people. One is a member of UNICEF Generation Unlimited Nigeria Chapter Steering Committee, and another is an entertainer. He is a singer, a rapper, an actor, an entrepreneur, a politician, and a co-founder of EME Records. They will be handling this panel on youth engagement, a conversation between Gen U leaders. May I respectfully invite Olubankole Wellington, also known as Banky W, and Zafia Ovia, who will be handling this panel. Please, let's keep clapping. Thank you so much.
All right. Can everybody hear me? Okay. Gen U, next time, let's get some young people to do the sound, huh? All right, we're going to make this work. Thank you, everyone, for having us. My name is Olubankole Wellington, also known as Banky W. Thank you so much. We'll stand on all existing protocols, but most importantly, I think we should acknowledge the most important people in here today, which is the young people. So can we give a round of applause to every young person that's doing amazing things, to all of our coppers. We're going to be moderating a panel, but first I will allow my amazing co-moderator to introduce herself as well.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Bankole. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
I'll try not to move too much so that you can actually hear me. But no, hello everyone. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, your excellencies. What a pleasure to be here. We're so excited. I'm not as famous as Banky, but my name is Zafia Ovia. Yes, you can actually clap as well. And I'm on the Gen Steering Committee for the Nigerian chapter. And we look forward to such an engaging session. And similar to what Banky was saying, you know, this conversation really is to hear what young people have to say, to learn about their stories, and essentially just provide feedback to our general audience here in terms of what Generation Unlimited is doing for Nigeria and what are the things that we should be thinking about going forward. So our young panelists are some people who have been part of the previous challenges and have won, and they're going to just shed light on that story. The panel is going to be very informal, more of a discussion, but it's just shedding light so that we all understand what it is young people are doing and what the solutions are to moving forward from their perspective. So thank you guys.
All right. So with no further ado, please make some noise, put your hands together for our panelists. The first up is Miss Nafisat Olajumoke Dada, the founder of Tailo Homes and a TEF entrepreneur. Olajumoke, please join us. And as she comes, let's keep the applause going for Abdul Kadir Ahmed. He's a team lead Street to School initiative, a global Gen U Youth Challenge winner. Abdul Kadir, all right. And last but certainly not least is Miss Precious Okoli, the Deputy Speaker, Children's Parliament. Let's give a round of applause, please. Thank you for joining us. All right, so as we kick off, do you want to ask the first question?
I'll go for it. So hello, our wonderful panelists. Thank you for being here. So we're just going to start off just asking some questions. But first, the most important thing is to bring light to how Generation Unlimited has been able to support your business and what your thoughts are going forward. So let's start with you, Jumoke, founder of Tailo Homes. We'd love to know more about your entrepreneurial journey. Can you just tell us where the inspiration for Tailo started from? What obstacles have you faced? And what advice would you give to young people who are trying to walk in your shoes?
Thank you, everyone. I'm Morgan, I'm proud of I started to necessarily to become an entrepreneur, to be honest. It was came majorly from attending conferences like this, where we had like lots of designers, interior designers to be precise. And you had like this Japanese designer, American designer come around, and they said stuff like, "Oh, you black folks are consumers, you don't produce anything in this part of the world." And we had like a lot of people there, manufacturers, interior designers and all of that. And then the CEO of the company I used to work for paid for the conference. And when we got back, she got to ask, "What did you learn?" And to me, I was like, I wasn't happy with what it said about us in that conference. And for someone like me, I really want to change that. And even then, the company I worked for, imported like raw materials from Europe. And for me, it was like, is it that there's really nothing good in this part of the world, or can't we find a way to harness our own resources? And I think that is where the whole idea of Taylor came from. And for me, at that point, I left my job, and it was me traveling around Nigeria to see how we could harness our own local resources to create like beautiful pieces. And put up like a design on Facebook. I think at that time Facebook was running free credit and all of that. And the customer bought then, and my first customer was a Lebanese woman. When I had to ship the piece, I took it there, the early beginning. I had to go to every customer's house to get like a feedback. And they weren't so receptive, because of what would this black girl do and all of that. And after the whole thing, they were really impressed. And our husband took me outside, told me something that held my heart till today. And I think that's been like the major driving force for me. And he looked at it and said, "People like you will make this country proud." And from that time to this moment, it's really about tailor shipping as many pieces into many homes. From that one customer today, we have like over 4,000 customers in the space of 3 years. So,
wow, thank you so much, Jumoke. I particularly loved what you said. So Taylor started through a frustration in that there was feedback given to you that young people were not doing necessarily well. And that was sort of your inspiration to then create something. And then the second thing that I will also note for the audience is your business is actually about showcasing the resources that we have in Nigeria. I've seen your furniture and it's phenomenal. So I don't know whether people in the audience have ever seen Taylor Homes, but essentially she creates furniture using African-inspired material sourced in Nigeria. And I think that's so beautiful. And for the young people here who are always thinking of ideas, it's okay to think of an idea in context of where you're from. So look around your surroundings. As a Nigerian, as an African, what idea can you think about that is tailored to your environment? So yes, you can have inspiration from the West, but what is it that you can think of that will serve the Nigerian market or serve Africa as a continent? And I believe that this is actually where the gold is. So Jumoke, thank you.
Thank you, Jumoke. Thank you, Zephia. I think the sad reality is that for a lot of young people, the Nigerian dream today is one where you survive Nigeria long enough to escape it. And that's the reality that we've created for our young people. But despite the challenges, despite how hard it is, some young people have decided to be the change that they want to see in this country. One of those young people is Abdul Kadir. He started Street to School, and he went on to win the Global Gen U Challenge in the education category. So Abdul Kadir, can you, thank you. So Abdul Kadir, can you tell us a little bit about Street to School, what the challenges were like, especially considering the state of insecurity in the northeast of Nigeria? You still went ahead to do it. How do you think that a platform like this, like Gen U, can support learning initiatives and be more inclusive of engaging young people, not just in the northeast, but across the country?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. Good afternoon, everyone. All protocols duly observed. My name is Abdul Qadir Ahmed from Maiduguri, Borno State. I'm the team lead of Timuda and the co-founder of the Street to School initiative. We all know the Northeast has been ravaged by growing insurgency since 2009, and this has limited opportunities for young people like myself in education, entrepreneurship, and employment. To address one of the major root causes of the insurgency, which is education, we came up with the idea of Street to School. Street to School is Street to School initiative is a blended online and offline community learning hub that empowers vulnerable young people between the ages of 10 to 20 from marginalized communities with access to basic foundational soft and life skills with the aim of making them to become productive citizens and become active economic agents. Going on to win the Generation Unlimited Youth Challenge, competing with 42 countries globally for Nigeria has completely changed the perspective of young people all around the world. We followed the design-based thinking process and community-based testing to come up with the idea of Street to School. This process was not easy as we had to build trust in the community, and we had to carry the community's leaders along and other major stakeholders, telling them the importance of education. This collaboration gave us an edge in our advocacy and recruitment processes. In addition to the soft skills like problem solving, critical thinking, teamwork, we learned through the Youth Challenge Bootcamp that Gen U organized. And as well as the unending support we got from our mentor, Johannes, who was the Generation Unlimited lead when he was in Nigeria. Again, Gen U can support learning initiatives like this and be more inclusive in engaging young people by building the capacity of young people in the grassroots level, right? And exposing us to real-time challenges and arming us with the necessary tools required for us to face these challenges. And again, also support in networking and facilitating partnership with local and international stakeholders who can further amplify our work in the local market and as well as the international market.
Thank you, Abdul Kadir. Now, my next question is to Precious. So, Precious, one of the frustrating things about Nigeria is that we are a country that sings songs like Sweet Mother and African Queen, but we're the same country where the gender equality bill doesn't make it past the second reading in the House. So there's a hypocrisy there with how we say that we treat our women and how we actually do. Now, as the young lady holding a key responsibility as the Deputy Speaker for the Children's Parliament, how do you think that we can engage more girls and more ladies to participate in governance?
Well, thank you. It has become a norm in Nigeria that leadership positions are reserved for the mature males. As a result, we young people, and especially the feminine gender, are relegated. So, having found myself among the privileged few, the least I could do was to devise a means to make the most out of this great opportunity. First, I work consciously and consistently on my fears, because as a young female leader in this male-dominated world, there is bound to be fear. Fear of rejection, fear of not living up to expectation, fear of failure, and so on. So if our young people, and especially the feminine gender, can learn to disregard their fears, they will have the boldness and the courage to step up for leadership positions, and then the confidence to hold on to such positions when given. Again, there is need to celebrate women who are trailblazers in politics and other leadership positions, so that young girls like us could have role models to identify with. People like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who is currently leading the World Trade Organization, Kemi Adeosun, who was our finance minister, Obi Ezekwesili, and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who was the first female elected African president, should be idolized. This will make young girls like us see the possibility of women holding such positions and make us desire to venture into it. I mean, if they can, so can we. And
I absolutely love it, and I can see why you are the Deputy Speaker of the Children's Parliament. Another round of applause for her. She pointed out one of the things that I believe very strongly, which is that faith is not the absence of fear, it is the courage in spite of it. And so despite our fears, despite the challenges mounted up against our women, our young girls, and our young people in general, we still have to try.
Yes,
we still have to go. So well done to you.
Yes, thank you. Well done, Precious. That was phenomenal. I'm actually inspired. But I think a question to ask for the young people in the audience who are watching, whether online, they're probably wondering, how did such an opportunity come to you? Because I feel that there's so many intelligent young people, but then there seems to be disconnect when it comes to access, and they can't get access because they don't know where to find the necessary information. So I think what would be helpful is if you just give us a bit of historical context to how you found yourself in parliament. This could also inspire young people. Is there a registration link? Is there a social media group that young people could join? Just give us a bit of context, please.
okay, so first off, I want to say something. It is not about the school you go to. I went to a public secondary school. That was where I started as a debater. So it's not about going to a federal school, going to a private school. It is about what you have in you. It is about making sure you are heard. It is about making sure your voices are heard loud and clear. It is about telling the world that is enough. I cannot be silenced any longer. I have the voice. I should be heard. First of all, I was part of the debate team that competed in the inter-school debate. We proceeded to all states debates, and we won. We came first out of the federation. So basically, when this opportunity came for the creation of parliament, schools were invited in my states because it is a platform where children with representatives from other states of the federation come together to deliberate on issues as they affect us. It's an opportunity for us to participate in the decision-making process of matters that concern us. With the children's parliament, the adults no longer need to speak on our behalf. We speak for ourselves because we are the ones wearing the shoes and we know where it hurts. The adults don't know. The most they can do is to guess. But we know, so we speak. So when the opportunity came, when it was brought down to my state, Imo State, as a debater, we were called, as debaters we were called, as representatives of schools we were called. There was a screening and I came first, moved to the national level. There was a campaign for the principal positions. So I campaigned, I vied, I gave my manifesto, and I was voted deputy speaker.
Awesome, thank you, Precious. Thank you.
Should we round up, yeah?
One
more question.
One more question.
They've given us the signal that we have to get off this stage. So let's get one more question in. And any of you can take this. How can we leverage modern technology to support learning opportunities, especially for out-of-school youth in our states? Abdul?
All right, yes, I would like to take that.
Okay.
So with the partnership with Gen U and young people, we should be looking at how might we create more accessible digital platforms for young people of all backgrounds. How might we make this learning experience interactive using users' local language? Yes, and how might we zero rate these services for young people so that they can access it anywhere, anytime? So with Street to School, we're leveraging on the power of traditional tools like radio and free digital platforms like WhatsApp and Facebook to drive learning contents to our target audiences. We have built an online community of learners on WhatsApp and Facebook, sharing learning content in users' local language using voice note, pictures, and small bite videos. And the edge on Facebook is that you can actually access these contents at zero cost with the free basics mode. So these are the kind of things we need to see. Okay, how can we engage network service providers to provide these services to young people at a reduced cost or even at a zero rate? How can we engage big tech companies to supply these digital devices for people out there? Because they are there, they don't know the digital world, they don't have the digital infrastructure, so they are left behind. So how can we engage these people to support this kind of young people out there?
Jumoke, do you have any thoughts?
I think for me, even though we're a furniture company, right, technology has been a huge part of our lives. For instance, to the thousands of customers we've shipped our furniture pieces to, I can't say I know up to 50 of them. And boils down to the fact that we've so much leverage on technology a lot. And for me, when I was starting Taylor, one of the main things I did was Googling how do I start a furniture business with zero capital. It sounds like a furniture business is so capital intensive, right? So for me to be able to pull that off so easily, it came from the fact that from day one we're leveraging technology. We don't have a showroom, but we have an augmented reality platform where people can view furniture pieces in real time in their spaces without stepping out of their homes. And I think for us is really how do we get a lot of technology into our everyday lives at Taylor. Even for a lot of youth, they really still don't know what technology can do for them. And I feel like with a platform like this Gen U platform, it can information is really very important. If you don't know, then you won't be able to do it. How do we get a lot of people to know that we're in the technology era, things have changed. And now with technology, you can do so much. You can set up a furniture company without so much money in capital, without a loan. You can service a whole lot of customers without setting up a huge showroom. All those things are possible, and a lot of young people can get to achieve that.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Jumoke. And just rounding up, I like what both of you have said regarding technology and its importance. You said the world is moving very quickly, but something I'd really want to touch on is the key events that happened in July last week with Jeff Bezos and the New Shepard and that trip to space. And of course, as well, Richard Branson, who launched Virgin Galactic, Virgin Galactic. And I watched the launch and I was so impressed. For me, I was like, what is going on? What is this level of innovation that people can actually decide in this day and time that they are traveling to space and it is going to happen? And when I started watching the video, all I could think of was young people in Nigeria. And as cliche as that might sound, I thought of young people in Nigeria because I felt, but we have people that are just as intelligent here. And I bring this up because if we're talking about technology, technology is about innovation. So yes, we say technology, but I want to encourage every young person here that do more. Think outside of the box. If people are flying to space in the West, there is no reason why young Nigerians cannot think of something. Why don't we have conversations about NASA and space travel in context of Nigeria? Is there something that we can find in space, some sort of resourcing that is going to help our economy with agriculture, since agriculture is something we talk about? So I'm excited to hear everything that you're saying, how tech is driving your businesses, how Abdulkader, you've said you are able to give people access to train people, because sometimes, yes, we say technology, but are we teaching people how to use that technology? Where's the education? And I think that's something Gen U is trying to do for that target in 2030, not just to upskill young people, but to be able to train them with the adequate skill sets to use technology. So that's it for me, and thank you guys. Banky, do you have any last notes?
Okay, very well said. I'll take it back to this. When Mr. Peter Hawkins graciously asked me to be a part of the Gen U plan, I told him, this is the thing. It's important to me to be a part of this because having a vision of impacting, educating, and empowering 20 million young Nigerians by 2030 is an amazing vision. But a vision without execution is nothing but a daydream. And for me, ambition is nice, but actions and accountability is what makes the difference. And so I hope that, with everything that we've done here or we've said here today, yes, we'll say that it has been well said, but at the end of the day, we have to be able to say that it was well done. So this is a challenge from the young people to UNICEF, to Gen U, to the people in government that are here, the people in NGOs, the people who have said with their mouths that they're committed to this impact. Let us see it. Let us hold you guys accountable and let us know that we actually did what we said that we will do. And I think if we do that, then Nigeria stands a chance. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. I think they deserve another round of applause, right? Thank you so much, Zefia. Thank you, Banky. Thank you, Olajumoke, Ahmed, and Precious for your thoughts on engagement, the youth engagement. Very enriching and very interesting conversation. Very, very quickly, the challenge is set. This is where we are right now. And we look forward to, in 1 year's time, evaluating our progress. But as we evaluate the progress, we have partners who have committed to this cause. And we're going into that session right now with them talking about the many years of research and consultation that has led to developing the 3 strategic pillars to guide Gen U's work. Now, being a multi-sectoral and multi-stakeholder platform, several partners who are already engaging youth and working in these areas will talk about the initiatives they have, what they have done, what they intend to do, and what we can all do together as the Gen U platform. I would like to respectfully invite our partners who are going to give comments and commitments on the key Gen U interventions. They're critical, actually, in making these aspirations a reality. First on my list is the director of ILO, CO Abuja, and she is Ms. Vanessa Fala, who will share her thoughts with us on her commitments to the Gen U partnership. Ms. Vanessa Fala, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me also stand on the protocol as already established. On behalf of the ILO, it is an honor for me to be part of this very important and timely initiative. Generation Unlimited Nigeria represent a very unique and innovative partnership to addressing the challenges that our youth is facing. This partnership also recognizes, and this is why you're having a multi-stakeholder approach, because it recognizes the strength, expertise of the different stakeholders that come together to address the issue that is facing youth in Nigeria. And also it presents an opportunity to collaborate in attaining this vision that we have articulated under this program. And the vision is to create huge benefits for the Nigerian youth, 20 million of them for 2030. The youth represent hope for a better future, and they are the future generation or the future leaders that will take us to that particular hope. And with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Development, the ILO has implemented several initiatives, and many of them dedicated to strengthening entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship can help empower young people and also create and facilitate their entry into businesses. It is very also important to institutionalize the approach in order to support a much more comprehensive entrepreneurship for Nigeria. The ILO, with the Ministry of Youth, has also established a Nigeria Youth Employment Action Plan. And the pillars of that particular plan also speaks to the pillars of Gen U. They include employability, entrepreneurship, employment, and access to business opportunities. The ILO has also been partnering with the ministry and the various governments in promoting business skills for entrepreneurs. We have established over the years and rolled out globally a number of very key dedicated interventions that are aimed at providing skills to young people who seek to establish business. And some of these skills are in the different areas of marketing, productivity, and record keeping, amongst others. And all these initiatives that we have implemented under youth entrepreneurship, they also contribute towards the ILO's contribution and participation in Generation Unlimited. For the ILO, as the only UN agency that has tripartism as part of its core focus, it therefore presents an opportunity for us as well to make sure that our partners are all on board, working together to achieve the vision of Generation Unlimited. We work very closely with the private sector in Nigeria through NECA, Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, and also very closely with our labor movement, the NLC, TUC. And participation of these partners is very important in the implementation and attainment of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, but also in what we call the ILO Decent Work Agenda. And the Decent Work Agenda is built on 4 pillars, and 2 of them speaks directly to this particular program, and is to make sure that there is fundamental principles and rights at work, and also to support employment and enterprise development. Therefore, it is very important that as we create these opportunities for the young people, we do so guided and in compliance with the laws of the land as far as employment and labor is concerned. The focus is on the young people. This is young people from the marginalized communities, and this is young people also living with disabilities. It is also to promote gender equality. And we are very excited to start this initiative, well, in the 12 states for now, but also we're looking forward to the scale up of this initiative to cover other states. And I want to also take this opportunity to encourage young people to get connected with Generation Unlimited and participate in co-creating solutions that are expected out of this process. And it is through the participation of the contribution of the young people that we will be able to scale up and even see a much more greater impact on the ground. I think the Vision 2030 is around the corner, and I think it therefore requires of us to expedite our intervention, to strengthen our collaboration, and to partner with like-minded organizations in the attainment of Generation Unlimited. Entrepreneurship presents a very important opportunity where we will see many young people start creating small enterprises, where we will be able to support young people to create the innovative solutions that are required to take Nigeria forward. There are opportunities in various sectors that will require innovative and creative minds for our young people. We talked about agro-business, where there are lots of opportunities where we can really create innovative jobs. We talk about the digital economy and the opportunities that are created by the digital economy. And I think the time is now to take up the space, to take up those opportunities and create better outcomes for young people. I'm very excited about this initiative, and I can commit the ILO's contribution and partnership in this very important initiative. Our wealth of knowledge in the area of entrepreneurship and other areas, employability, employment, really puts us at the forefront of this initiative, and also tapping into the expertise of our collaborators around the globe in making sure that Generation Unlimited Nigeria, it is not just a dream, but it is a vision that we're going to work collaboratively in attaining. And I'm looking forward to a time where we're going to come back into this room and report on progress that we have achieved. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much, Ms. Fowler. Appreciate your words and indeed your commitment and the commitment of the ILO to this cause as it relates to entrepreneurship. Another pillar of Gen U is employability, and I'd like to invite the MD Unilever West Africa, Carl Cruz, who is represented ably by Mrs. Soromidayo George, Corporate Affairs and Sustainable Business Director for West Africa. Please come over, ma'am. Let's give her a round of applause as she makes her way here. Thank you.
Permit me to stand on existing protocols, and I'm sure that I'm speaking for my peers and my colleagues in the industry when I say for us in the private sector, the youth is our future. We recognize that our common future, nationally and globally, based on the quality of the now and the future which we shape for our children. After 10 years of what we call the Unilever Sustainable Living Goals, we launched our global commitment based on 3 pillars in Unilever, which are 1, to help improve the health of the planet, 2, improve people's health, confidence, and well-being, and 3, contribute to a fairer and more socially inclusive world. So on behalf of my CEO, Carl Cruz, who couldn't be here unavoidably, first, I want you to know that our commitment to this project is unflinching. Alan Job, who is Unilever's global CEO, is also Gen U's global chairman. Hence, it goes without saying that here in Nigeria, Unilever is fully committed. As part of our commitment to contribute to a more socially inclusive world, in Unilever, we have committed to helping equip 10 million young people globally with essential skills by 2030. Our aim is to localize this commitment and contribute our quota to delivering Gen U's objectives. We recognize the greatness inherent in our young people in Nigeria, and this fits into several of the projects we have here at home, which helps with employability and skills acquisition in the country. This is in addition to young women's empowerment programs, which is driven by Unilever's brands such as Sunlight and the incorporation of young people along a supply chain and sales distribution. We therefore look forward to harnessing the opportunities we believe we see to doing something truly great in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Soromidayo. Appreciate your words and indeed the commitments from Unilever. Still on the employability pillar, may I now invite the CEO of Jobberman Nigeria, that's Nigeria's leading recruitment platform, Mrs. Rolake Rosiji, to share her thoughts and indeed her commitments on the Gen U initiative. Please, another round of applause for her. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me here. All protocols duly observed. As Ife said earlier, this is not just a partnership. This is the very fabric of our being. All of us being here together, we are committing. We're committing together in full accountability of these young people present. This is not just a partnership. We're ready to do this, and we're ready to do this seriously. As Peter also said to all the young people here, this is your time. All the NYC people up there, Anjola, Victor, Precious, this is your time. This is about you. It's about you going forward now, okay? So we're here for you. Jumake from Tyler, you spoke earlier. You probably don't remember me, but I bought one of your desks. It arrived at my house and it was too big. And I was furious because I'd been following you on Instagram and it wasn't the size in the picture. So I found your number from somebody. I said, who knows this Jumoke? Who knows her? I got your number and I called you. Jumoke, you were so polite. You sent me another desk, the right height, and you did that within around 2 weeks. Young people, you are agile. You're the ones who can change things. You're the ones who have tech. So really get out there and seize the day. Let me tell you a bit about what Jobberman is doing with GenU. We are so honored to be a private sector partner of GenU, and I'm so pleased to be here. Jobberman is the largest jobs platform in Nigeria. We have 2 million job seekers registered on our platform, and we have over 60,000 employers registered on our platform. Therefore, over the last 1 year, Jobberman has expanded not only into placing people in jobs, connecting employers with employees, as we do for many of the private sector players present here today. We expanded into large-scale job creation and skills training. Together with the MasterCard Foundation, we have committed to placing 5 million Nigerians through skills training by 2025 and putting 3 million young Nigerians in jobs by 2025. We are also going to train all young people going through NYSC this year. We're thrilled. We started this partnership earlier this year. So that's 120,000 young people. And when I talk about training, you're probably wondering what sort of training is Jobberman doing? We're doing employability and soft skills training. Many of our employers tell us, oh, you sent us a very clever candidate. Their CV was so good. But when they showed up, they didn't show up on time. They were rude. They can't work in a team. Sorry, we're not keeping them. So we have developed a very detailed curriculum using guidance from ILO in order to train young Nigerians with these soft and employability skills: personal effectiveness, teamwork, collaboration, managing your time. Together with GenU, and for me, GenU has a very dear place in my heart. It's a partnership that means a lot to me because it fits in exactly with Jobberman's goals for employment, education, entrepreneurship, and empowerment. Together with GenU, we commit to train 300,000 Nigerians and to put 100,000 Nigerians in jobs. These are young people between 18 and 24. Now, these are not just words. Somebody asked here, I loved your question, is this just another partnership to collect money? And I think Peter couldn't hear you. But no, we're serious this time round, and please hold us accountable. So far, since last year, when Jobberman started our job creation and skills training work, we have already trained 150,000 Nigerians, and we have already placed over 100,000 young Nigerians in jobs. And we started this last year. I have with me Precious, who's our head of learning and development. I can't take the glory. It's her and her team that have been out in the field in Kano, Kaduna, Lagos, across Nigeria. So that's what we commit to doing with GenU. These are just numbers. They're very big, beautiful numbers. So let me tell you a story. Makia Suleiman, she's a young graduate who lives in Kano. Makia came to one of our soft skills trainings in July 2020 last year. We noticed she was very smart. So we started asking her questions. Makia, what do you want to do? Makia, where do you want to be in 5 years? And you know what? Makia then joined us as an intern. And after 3 months of being an intern, we gave her a permanent position in Kano to lead with our soft skills training work in Kano. And now, Makia has developed a training program in Kano. And when it's fully operational, it will be training people in 44 local government areas in Kano. Now, I know that I'm approaching the end of my 3 minutes, so I will speed up. I want to give you another story about Mohammed Isa Mohammed Isa is a farmer in a rural area in Kano. So we focus in Kano, Kaduna, and Lagos. He's a farmer in a rural area in Kano. And I strongly believe that you do not need to speak Queen's English to be the next Bill Gates. You don't need to speak Queen's English to be the next Mark Zuckerberg. Like I think Precious said, it's what is in your head, oh. It's your heart and it's what's in your head. So Mohammed Isa, he's a farmer. And we translated our soft skills training into Hausa because people could not understand the English training. Why are you coming here with English? This is not how we work in Kano. We translated it into Hausa and he completed the training and he benefited so much from it. And his profits have improved on his farm. And now he wants more educated farmers to come and do this training because it will help them deal with their customers. It's also about, you know, how you relate to customers and relate to your clients. Let me end with one last story. In 2008, I was completing my master's at the London School of Economics. I was privileged to complete my master's there. In 2008 in Nigeria, in the University of Ife, there were 3 young undergraduates who decided that they were going to come together to help themselves get jobs when they graduated. They said that why is it that in Nigeria, when we graduate, we need to start calling daddy, mommy, uncle, help me, connect me with a job. So they said, no, we are going to put our heads together and we're going to create an online platform to connect us with big employers like Airtel and Microsoft to get jobs. That was Jobberman. And today, 12 years later, Jobberman is the largest jobs platform in sub-Saharan Africa. And me, that I was in London School of Economics, I'm now in Nigeria, and I'm working for the company that the University of Ife undergraduates, they were 19 and 20, created. So I want to end there. That's the future that we want for young Nigerians. NYSC, young people here, the sky is your limit. With Generation Unlimited, we are really here to support you. So I just have so much good things to say about the team at Generation Unlimited. I can't say enough. These goals are serious and we are really committing to them. And Jobberman gives our full support to the Generation Unlimited team and UNICEF.
Another round of applause for Mrs. Rosiji. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. I'm sure the Executive Governor of Kano State is, very pleased at all that you have said so far and indeed the interventions coming through. We appreciate you, ma'am. Thank you once again. Thank you. All right, moving on very swiftly to hear from another partner. And this time, this partner is a pioneer in digital learning. We've heard about entrepreneurship, we've heard about employability. What about digital connectivity and education? That's where we're going right now. And we're super honored to have Mr. Akin Banuso, Country Director of Microsoft Nigeria, with us. But unfortunately, he's not here physically. He's here in the spirit. The person here physically is Ola Williams, who is the Digital Transformation and Cloud Solution Director for the Microsoft Middle East and Africa Multi-Country Cluster. And she will share her thoughts on the commitment of Microsoft Nigeria. Please, a round of applause for Ola Williams.
Good afternoon, everyone. Really excited to be here and represent Akin. He's unavoidably absent. I'm super inspired by all the stories I've heard here today, especially around leveraging technology to bring to life a lot of great ideas that we've heard from our youth in the country. So before I start, also allow me to stand on all existing. For us at Microsoft, our mission is to empower every person and organization on the planet to achieve more. And for us, empowerment means giving everyone access to skills, knowledge, tools and opportunities that they require to be successful in digital age. We are committed to lead by example. And this means that we want everyone to have access to digital transformation and technology that drives it. But we are aware that this is not something that a single organization, a challenge that can be tackled alone. It required focused engagement between public and private sectors to ensure that everyone is able to be successful in digital economy, having access to the tools required for them to achieve that. That's why we value our partnership with UNICEF and Generation Unlimited. And we've been partnering with UNICEF for a long time, supporting youth across the world on different initiatives. We are committed to work with UNICEF on this initiative, Generation Next, to bring our tools, our resources, our skilling and learning, our platform to Nigerian youth and all the children to continue to empower them to have access to the right resources, to have a sustainable growth across all platforms, leveraging digital economy and be able to be successful at it. Microsoft recently announced partnership with the federal government to train 5 million youth or 5 million people across Nigeria over the next 3 years. And we are actually bringing this partnership to bear in the engagement that we're having with UNICEF on Generation Unlimited to ensure that our over 1,700 trainers that provide both online and physical trainings to people across Nigeria have access to a learning platform and learning resources to build their digital skills so that they can be prosperous, leveraging the digital economy that has come upon all of us. And with this initiative, we are looking to ensure that we provide livelihood to over 27,000 people across Nigeria in the next 3 years, especially with focus on our youth population, because that's where we see the future. And we have actually heard a lot of testimonies in the room today that speaks to the fact that when ideas meet the right technology at the right time, a lot of things, good things can happen. We have a lot of potential in Nigeria, especially with our youth, and we believe that the partnership we have with UNICEF, with the federal government of Nigeria, and with what we're doing with Generation Unlimited, we can continue to build the momentum and accelerate everyone, all our youth corpus, our children in schools currently, and those that are also in the labor market to leverage technology to drive innovation, leverage technology to empower themselves and their communities, leverage economy to grow Nigeria economy at scale. We are committed to this initiative and will continue our commitment as we drive all the engagement that we have together with UNICEF and the federal government of Nigeria. We are looking forward to partner with UNICEF and continue our partnership with the federal government of Nigeria. And we know that with this level of commitment that we've seen so far and the various stakeholders in the room today, this will be a great success. Thank you, everyone, and looking forward to continue our partnership. Well done.
Thank you so much, Ms. Williams. Appreciate it. Please, another round of applause for her. Right. I think there was something very interesting that came through from all 4 people who spoke. Did anybody notice? Nobody? They're all women. Yeah. So there's something going on, and we're grateful to all of them for the work they do, and indeed the commitments they've made to Gen U and bringing in the key Gen U interventions. We now move on to hear from others who have made commitments in various ways and indeed ready to partner. As you know, as you have heard, it's a multi-stakeholder engagement, is a multi-stakeholder intervention that is coming your way with GenU Nigeria. And we have government, we have the UN, and of course the private sector all coming in to drive this. Now, leading this set of brief remarks, may I respectfully invite the CEO of Airtel Africa, Mr. Segun Ogunsanya, who unfortunately isn't with us, but we do have with us the Vice President, Corporate Communications and Corporate Social Responsibility of Airtel Africa, Mr. Emeka Opara, to share his brief remarks on moving GenU forward. Please, another round of applause for him. Thank you.
So permit me to stand on existing protocols. Mr. Ogunsanya isn't here. He's asked me to say 4 things. And I'll say the 4 things. But before I say the 4 things, I will say my own 1 thing. It's no longer news that a lot has happened badly to the youths of Nigeria. And it's also not a new thing that this has been happening for a very long time. Like others, let me tell you a short story before I say what Ogunsanya asked me to say. So many years ago, when we were in that better forgotten time, we had military governors. A governor was said to have gone to a school. I will not mention the state. So he went to inspect the school. So when he got there, he called a Form 3 student in secondary school to say, who wrote Things Fall Apart? And the guy said, I'm sorry, sir, I didn't write it. And he goes, excuse me, who wrote Things Fall Apart? He said, honestly, sir, I don't write such things. It's okay. So where's your principal? So the principal can say, you mean a Form 3 student can't tell me who wrote Things Fall Apart? And the principal goes, sir, you know, the students of this school are very bad boys, and I think one of them has written something nasty. I will deal with it, sir. So the governor got upset, and he went to the ministry. So when he saw the commissioner said to him, sir, you know this state, they write a lot of petitions here, and so it looks like somebody has drafted this petition to embarrass you. So I will set up a panel immediately to discover the immediate and the remote causes of writing of Things Fall Apart. Okay, so the governor went home. He knew it was over. So he went home, and the wife was asking, why are you so sad? He said, can you believe it? Form 3 student, principal, commissioner, oh, talking nonsense. The wife said, but I warned you when you came to this state that these guys write a lot of petitions, and you didn't listen to me. Let's see Pastor Adeboye, you refused. Now they are writing. Anyway, so he said, baby, please eat your food, and tomorrow you can address it. So the next day, the governor called a press conference. All the journalists were there. He wore military fatigue to prove how angry he was. And so he showed up and said, can you imagine a state like Ondo, a state a state that has so many professors, and nobody here knows who wrote Things Fall Apart. A book that was written so many years ago by William Shakespeare. Okay, so just like everybody, I'm excited to be here. And let me now tell you what Segun asked me to say. So he's asked me to say that he's excited to be part of this conversation. And as Banky said, it's not going to be conversation. It's not about talking, it's about doing. So in the next few months, we're going to come back here to check how far we've gone. He believes very strongly in this, and why not? For a telco, that's an enabler. There is really nothing we can do but be part of this initiative. And over the years, we've partnered with UNICEF on several initiatives. We have the EU report, which we do with UNICEF in Nigeria. Over the years, we provide zero access, or what we call zero-rated access to users, millions and millions of young people. During the pandemic, of course, at the early stages of the lockdown, we provided a very zero-rated access to internet, not just in Nigeria, but across Africa. At a grander scale, we are doing quite a bit with UNICEF as well, across the 14 operations of Airtel in Africa, where we help with education. For JNU, it's completely aligned to our own vision as a business. We do not want our customers to be basically a connection where we make money, so we try to look for how to give back. In the past 19 years or so, I've worked in Airtel. I've basically supervised not just communication, but CSR. And I know that we've invested quite a lot in the youths of Nigeria, and we are not stopping. This is a very special initiative for us, and we are committed to supporting UNICEF and supporting Nigerian youths. UNICEF asked for 4 things. At the early conversations, I say, yeah, I can promise 2. But Shego has asked me to promise the whole 4. So, Airtel is going to provide connectivity. That's our business. So we provide connectivity for UNICEF. Airtel is going to provide access, because it's just one thing to provide connectivity, and not that you have access. Data is expensive. These young people are going to log on to the internet to do their studies. So Airtel is going to provide free access to these people. Also, Airtel is also opening up its business to take on some of these young people for internship when the time comes. And finally, you know, one of the things we don't do very well here is to celebrate our people. So in the end, as these people begin to graduate from this initiative, Airtel also had decided to see how we'll work with UNICEF to develop a system of reward and award for the young people that will come out from here. Definitely, we are going to have some of them work in Airtel. Life is changing. Life is about youth. It's not enough to say, oh, 60% of Nigeria is this, or is this. We need to do something. We are looking forward to Kano, by the way. The pilot is going to happen in Kano and in Lagos. And I'm very excited I'm going to go back to Kano after 1 year or so. 200 schools, 100 in Kano, 100 in Lagos. Airtel will provide connectivity and access so that we can make this happen. Finally, he says, there is a belief that through this partnership, and I must also thank the partners across board who have participated in this thing, that it's just improving the skill sets of our young people, to empower them, so that they can stop running away to Canada and other places, so they can stay here and make Nigeria great. We have people who have done so many things here, and we have many more people who are going to do great things. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Mr. Emeka Okpara. I guess the bottom line of all he said is, if you're not on the Airtel train, then you better jump on it right away. Well, please, another round of applause for him. And thank you so much for the commitments made. Very swiftly, we'll hear from our next speaker to give his very brief remarks. And he has diverse private and public sector experience, both as an entrepreneur and an executive spanning the education, technology, human capital, and international development spheres. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome Dr. Kevin Frey, who is the Chief Executive Officer of GenU.
So I've just been given instructions that these are to be very brief remarks. I want to start by saying thank you to Airtel for all 4 of those commitments, all very, very important for us to achieve our goals. All protocols observed. I would like to first of all just say how delighted and inspired I am to be here today. And I'll tell you why. There is a demographic youth bulge happening globally, and it brings with it enormous potential. Potential to transform economies, social incomes, to drive global growth, and to reduce inequality. But it will only happen, I can take this thing off. But it will only happen if young people have the right skills and access to opportunities. We've heard a lot about those skills, and the reality is They need to be connected digitally, they need to have digital skills, and they need to have access to opportunities via digital aspects. Young people today represent the largest cohort in history of civilization. There's 1.8 billion young people between the age of 10 and 24 around the globe. Preparing these young people as productive citizens and agents of change will allow us to grow economies, improve social security, achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, and bring tens of millions of families and communities out of poverty. And I think as we've seen today, as we've heard exceptionally inspiring stories from young people, there is no question that young people have the power and the potential to transform the world we're living in. They are our greatest hope. And that is why in 2018, the UN Secretary General launched Generation Unlimited to bring together public sector, private sector, and young people to together expand skilling and training and access to opportunities for employment and entrepreneurship. And I'm proud to say here in Nigeria that in 2018, when Generation Unlimited was started, Mr. Tony Elumelu was part of that group that worked with the UN Secretary General to conceive of this initiative. Tony's been an amazing supporter of GenU since day one when he has served on our Global Leadership Council. We are very proud of what we have achieved globally at GenU over our first 3 years. We've reached 100 million young people in our first 3 years with opportunities for skilling, entrepreneurship, and employment across 47 countries. Leaders from around the world, heads of state, CEOs, we heard about Alan Yope, who chairs our board, Bob Moritz, chair of the Global Leadership Council from PwC, are coming together to rally behind Generation Unlimited's mission. The youth agenda is a defining issue of our time. And the devastating challenges that have come from COVID have hit youth disproportionately hard. But it's also shown us their creativity, their grit, their resilience. Please allow me to congratulate the team from Borno State, who won the Global Award for Innovation in Education. That was a competition that had 15 million applicants from around the globe. A really extraordinary achievement. With the support of the many partners and young people here today, I'm sure that GenU Nigeria is going to have a massive, scalable impact here in Nigeria and beyond the borders, because we're going to take the innovations from Nigeria and we're going to push them out to the other 50 GenU countries around the world. And as the CEO of Generation Unlimited, I want to say here today that I'm fully committed to supporting Generation Unlimited Nigeria going forward. Generation Unlimited Nigeria will be a leading country globally for our entire partnership. Finally, allow me to share with you the excitement of the UN Special Coordinator for the Sahel. In September at the UN General Assembly, we will be launching Generation Unlimited Sahel, which will bring together youth initiatives across all 10 countries. GenU Nigeria will be the hub. It will be the leader driving change for young people across the Sahel. The success of Nigeria is the success of Africa, is the success of the world. And that success will be driven by young people. Thank you so much, everybody here today, for your support for Generation Unlimited.
Come on. All right, please another round of applause for Dr. Frey. Thank you so much. Indeed, a success for Nigeria is a success for Africa and the world. So this will succeed. That's what we look forward to. Very, very quickly, may I respectfully invite a very key strategic partner in this, in fact, a driver of Generation Unlimited Nigeria, the UN Resident and Humanitarian Coordinator, Mr. Edward Kalon, to share his thoughts and indeed make his remarks as we move on. Please let's give him a round of applause as he makes his way to the stage right now. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I know it's always an issue of time when we come to this type of discussions or opportunities to offer few words. But in the interest of accountability, there is no way I cannot observe some protocols if that is going to take my 3 minutes. So I really want to acknowledge here His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is ably represented here today by the Minister of State for Science and Technology. I also want to acknowledge the presence of the Executive Governors of Kano, the Deputy Governor of Edo State, and also the Executive Governor of Lagos, ably represented there by the High Commissioner, members from the private sector, and also colleagues and members of the press that are here with us. What a momentous occasion for me today here to stand and talk about what my colleague from GU told me in my office 2 days ago. We talk about public-private youth partnership, a platform that we drive development in Africa and that we empower the young people of Nigeria. When I started my tour in Nigeria, I was very much impressed by the work that was led and conceived by Mr. Tony Elumelu. From that point in time, it has been a driving inspiration in all of us as to how we can create a platform that can bring together various efforts in order to reap up this youth dividend that exists in this great nation called Nigeria. The generation of young people is the largest cohort in history. That has been precisely talked about today. The figures are enormous, 1.8 billion, if it's anything we have to go by. But what really struck me today was looking again at that statistics of 65.6 million Nigerian young people, who I see as an engine for economic revolution in Africa. An engine for transformation and an engine for innovation and technology. This is what Gen U is about. How do we harness those partnerships that are ready to move this generation further, that are ready to power the development industry or the development engines of Africa? The potentials are enormous. I've decided not to read my speech. I will give it to the organizers. The potentials are enormous. Enormous in the sense that the youths are the future, are the present as we speak. And to talk here today on behalf of the United Nations system in Nigeria is such a satisfying moment, because from the inspiration of what is done by the government, from the inspiration of what was led by Mr. Tony Elumelu, and the inspiration around the UN system itself to contribute to empowering youths, has been a motivation that will help us leverage the opportunities and the platform this public-private youth partnership is going to create through Gen U. In the UN system, we have been rallying around, trying to see how we can put synergies and comparative advantages together. The United Nations system is a big machinery. It has various expertise. But Gen U is creating a platform that can harness those synergies and comparative advantages. We have similar programs that we fit into this platform. We have the Jubilee Fellow Program. We have also programs that are run by the ILO. We have also UNFPA that is leading us, trying to organize us around the youth dividend as we speak about it in the country, and most other investments that we see or hear about that the UN system is supporting. So I stand here to commit today that the United Nations will support this platform, will support the public-private youth partnership platform that is being promoted by Gen U. I take a personal interest and responsibility in this, and I look forward to an accountable relationships. I like the question by the young people today. Are we here again to collect more money or to create frameworks to collect money? And I think the answer is very simple. Hold us accountable. You have a right to hold your governments accountable, And you have a right to hold development partners accountable. So we'll be coming here, and I'll be listening to you to see what you're going to do to hold us accountable. How are we going to leverage that public-private youth partnership, yeah, to empower the engine of growth in Nigeria and to give you the leadership keys for the future. The time is now. The sky is the limit, and the horizon is rich. Good luck. I decided not to read my speech, but I will give it to them.
I think what you said suffices, Your Excellency. Please, another round of applause for him. Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Edward Kalon is the UN Resident Coordinator, and we appreciate your thoughts and indeed the encouragement you have given to Gen U and indeed to all the young people in the room and those who are not here. All right, very swiftly, we have a few more remarks, and then before the end of this program, may I respectfully invite the Minister of State for Science and Technology, Mr. Mohammed Hassan Abdullahi, to share his thoughts on Gen U and indeed hear what the ministry has in store for young people in Nigeria today. Please, let's give a round of applause to our Minister of State, Science and Technology, Mr. Mohammed Hassan Abdullahi. Let's keep clapping till he gets here. Thank you so much.
I'll go 3 minutes. Your Excellencies, particularly the Governor of Kano State, Alhaji Umaru Ganduje, and the governors of Edo and Lagos, who are ably represented by their deputies. Distinguished friends and associates, Dr. Kalon, Peter, Fela, and a host of young persons who are here. Let me importantly recognize the Deputy Speaker of the National Children's Parliament before she accuses me of being gender biased. So permit me to be, here and to explain our role from the perspective of the Science and Technology Ministry. I also joined the organizers of this event to welcome you all to this UNICEF specialized program under the Generation Unlimited platform, aimed at creating better education, skills, employment, and entrepreneurial opportunities for our young persons. Distinguished members of this audience, this program, the Gen U program, is at the heart of the challenges facing the global youth population. And this becomes more poignant in Nigeria, whose youth population is growing at an astronomical progression. I believe the Gen U initiative by UNICEF will help in bridging this gap. The Ministry of Science and Technology and Innovation is willing to partner with UNICEF in this direction, especially in technical and vocational education training, TVET, as a tool to engage the youth meaningfully. There is a very disturbing report anchored by no other person than Dr. Sadia Zahidi. Sadia Zahidi is currently the managing director of World Economic Forum, and she heads the World Economic Forum Center for the New Economy and Society. She had a very gloomy prediction for for the next 2, 3, 4 years. She said about 85 million persons are likely to lose their jobs because of automation, robotics, lack of skills, remote work, etc. Now, you and me will agree that 85 million persons globally, that comprises of about 65 million Nigerian youths. That is a very alarming and gloomy prediction that needs to be arrested urgently. That is why the GenU program is much more imperative for us as a government and the private sector to embrace, to support, to ensure that that looming disaster is arrested as soon as practicable. So I have discussed very briefly with Peter and Fela on the need to continue this conversation after this event, where we can leverage on the existing infrastructure of the National Board for Technology Incubation under the ministry and the National Office for Technology Acquisition and Promotion, NOTAP, so that we can begin to see how we can incubate some of these young persons, to leverage on their skills and see how they can go into the market and be not only employers of labor, but they can be able to generate wealth for themselves and for the community where they intend to operate. And of course, NOTAP will be there to ensure that their franchise are registered so that they can benefit from their intellectual property rights. So I look forward to that collaboration. I'm here with the DGs of these two respective organizations so that they can be accessible. If young persons have questions for them, they can reach them. They're all here with me to see how they can support their inventions and initiatives. So before I conclude this very brief remark, let me thank His Excellency the Vice President for his untiring efforts in addressing these challenges by churning out several youth engagement programs through the Economic Sustainability Program. The Nigerian youth remain profoundly, I think I speak on their behalf, very profoundly grateful to the Vice President for his continuing efforts towards this direction. I also like to congratulate Mr. Peter Hawkins and his UNICEF team, the development partners who are here, and the private sector that have been very supportive in the initiative to engage young men and women meaningfully. Going forward, you have our commitment. Like Dr. Kalon said, hold us accountable if we are not there for you, if we don't keep to our words and our undertakings. So we intend to partner going forward with this GenU program and ensure that it becomes a sustainable program that will get a lot of our youth off the streets and engage them meaningfully. I thank you very much for listening. One other explanation is to say that the Vice President, His Excellency Professor Shibanjo, is going to address us formally himself. So this address is my own personal goodwill message from the ministry. I thank you very much for listening.
Please let's give him another round of applause. Thank you so, so much indeed for the commitments from the Ministry of Science and Technology. And we recognize the Directors General who are here with us in the room. Moving on very swiftly, may I invite the Governor of Lagos State, His Excellency Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who is represented by the Commissioner, Youth and Social Development of Lagos State, Honorable Olusegun Daodu, to give us his brief remarks and indeed share his thoughts on the commitment of the Lagos State government.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu sends his apology for his inability to be here, but he has requested that I read out his remarks on his behalf. Honorable Minister of State for Science and Technology, Governor of Kano State, His Excellency Alhaji Ganduje, His Excellency the Governor of Edo State, ably represented by His Excellency the Deputy Governor Shuaibu, with due respect, sir. With your kind permission, I want to stand on all other existing protocols. It is my pleasure to address you at this very important event put together to solidify our collective commitment to the welfare of young people across Nigeria. Everyone knows that one of the defining characteristics of the African continent today is the youthfulness of its population. Nigeria, as the most populous nation on the continent, is by no means an exception, with an estimated 50% of our population below 20 years and 65 million of our people between the ages of 10 and 24 years. It is for this reason that it is often said that Africa is the continent of the future. But for us to realize that rich promise, all of that potential must be harnessed carefully and deliberately. It cannot happen by accident or by omission. We must take active steps to nurture our young people, inspire them, and create the right enabling environment for them to dream and to do. Generation Unlimited is one more step in the right direction in this regard. A multi-stakeholder collaboration bringing together governments, private sector, development partners to provide large-scale training, skills, education, and entrepreneurship opportunities for the young people of Nigeria. I think it is very important to emphasize the large-scale nature of this initiative. This is meant to be an ambitious effort, impacting the lives of large numbers of young Nigerians in a sustainable and enduring manner. I am delighted that Lagos State is one of the pilot states for the implementation of this initiative, and that the Generation Unlimited initiative is fully in alignment with our themes governing agenda in the state. The third and fourth pillars of the themes agenda are education technology and making Lagos a 21st century economy, respectively. This is the vision that drives us for Lagos State, using technology to drive education and the expansion of economic opportunity, as well as creating and supporting programs and policies that will transform Lagos into a model economy that is fully aligned with the demands and the context of a digitally driven century. One of the projects I am most excited about, which we are undertaking in Lagos, is a statewide fiber optic network covering about 3,000 kilometers, connecting our public schools and educational institutions, among others, and unleashing the power of high-speed internet for the benefit of students and teachers in Lagos State. Though agencies such as the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund and the Lagos State Science Research and Innovation Council, we are making funding available to support startups and entrepreneurial ventures by the young people of Lagos. There is also the Eco-Excel initiative, which seeks to ensure that we deploy technology to close the existing educational divide between the haves and have-nots across more than 1,000 primary schools in Lagos State. Considering that Generation Unlimited is targeting young people between the ages of 10 and 24, one can conclude that Eco-Excel, which is focused on primary school pupils and teachers, is a companion program which will feed the Generation Unlimited initiative. This is the kind of synergy that we're striving to pursue in Lagos State. Let me therefore confidently say that from the foregoing, Generation Unlimited is and will be very much at home in Lagos State. We are fully aware that the success of the implementation in Lagos will go a long way towards setting the stage for national implementation. Rest assured that the Lagos State government will make available every support required for the success of this program. I thank the various partners who have joined hands to create this program, especially the Office of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and His Excellency Professor Yemi Osinbado, SAN, and UNICEF Nigeria under the leadership of Peter Hawkins, the country representative. Gratitude also goes in advance to all the stakeholders who will help achieve the goals and objectives by providing the work placement and job opportunities, the necessary digital technology and connectivity, among other resources required. As we gather today for this launch, it is my expectation that we will work hard to abide by all the pre-agreed commitments, timelines, and scope, and that very soon we'll be able to come together again to review tangible progress and to listen to testimonies of lives transformed by Generation Unlimited. I thank you all for listening. Long live Lagos State. Long live Kano State. Long live Edo State. And may God continue to bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Honorable Daudu, for sharing your thoughts and indeed sharing the commitment and the journey so far of the Lagos State government. We move on to Edo State from Lagos, and we are so honored to have His Excellency Godwin Obaseki, the Edo State Governor, with us in spirit. But physically, we are honored to have the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Comrade Philip Shaibu, who is already on the stage, to share his thoughts this afternoon. Please, let's keep clapping for him. Welcome, sir. 3 minutes.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Kano State, permit me to stand on already established protocols. I think it's better. For us in Edo State, I'll say we endorse this program, and that is why we are here, and we are also happy to be among the 3 that is chosen for this program. The program is in line with our Edo job programs and Edo best programs. And for us, education is key, and not just education, a technological-driven education. And that is why Edo best is moving from 1.0 to 2.0. And this program is coming at a time that we are driving technology through our education and through our job creation. Edo job is in tune with genuine. My advice is for us to listen to these young ones, and most especially the questions that they asked. Accountability, and for the program not to be another fundraising. And also banking statement on not just talking, but doing the talk. 2000, the youth policies were drafted and endorsed in this country. Where is the youth policy now? Let it not be another talk show. I was part of that team that forced that document in the year 2000. And we had hope that with that youth policy, we'll have solved a lot of problems that we youth face as at that time. if that program was implemented to the fullest 21 years after, we won't be talking about journey, we'll be talking about something greater than journey programs. So for me, for us in Edo, we are government that no longer lament, but do the work. And that is why we believe in this program, but we believe that if we start it now and create the platform to implementing these decisions, we will not need to have another program that 20 years after we'll be asking where is the document, why is it not implemented? So I want to thank all of us and to please look at these young ones so that 20 years after today, they won't be talking like me, even when I'm privileged to be deputy governor, but I'm not happy that that document wasn't implemented. Let this program go through the parliament and is endorsed. It becomes a law. If that is done, I can tell you 20 years after, we'll be celebrating the successes that we'll have achieved through this program. And when we are taking it to the parliament, please, let's speak to them so that, because the parliament we have now is analog parliament. They don't believe in technology. Because if you cannot transmit results in Nigeria, how can you? If you have a parliament, because if you have a parliament that believes you cannot transmit results from the polling unit, then you cannot have a parliament that will be ready to pass the law when genuine take it to them, because they don't believe in technology. So for me, these young ones, listening to the three of them, the vice president, of the deputy speaker, and the young man that is in education, and all of them, technology is key. Technology is key. We are in the 21st century where some departments in government are opening up our communication, digitalizing our communication, while the parliament is returning us to analog. I don't want to speak too much of that, but what is key is that, please, Edo State endorses this program. It's in line with our Edo Job programs. It's in line with our Edo Best program. And we are ready to partner. I want to thank UNICEF, UN, and other partners. For us as a state, we are ready to roll on, and we are ready having some of these programs in our state, but bringing it, adding it to what we are doing in Edo, by the grace of God, we will not have a document that will not be lamenting after 20 years. Thank you, and God bless you all.
I know it used to be Echo for show. It still is, I think. But now it looks like Edo is taking over. So Edo for show. Please, another round of applause for the Deputy Governor. Thank you so much, sir, for the commitments you've made and indeed the words and thoughts you have shared. Now, finally on this list of those to give their brief remarks and indeed their commitments is the Action Governor of Kano State. Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, OFR, is coming on the stage to share his thoughts and his commitments to GenU and indeed what we look forward to in Kano State. Please keep clapping until he gets here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please let me maintain the existing protocol because of time. But first of all, let me request you, let me beg you to clap for the young generation again. Thank you. Can you clap for the older generation who are partnering? Who are partnering to develop the younger generation at all costs? Thank you. Greetings from the people and government of Kano State. We are so happy with UNICEF. We are so happy with this program. Let me start by saying that Kano State is the most populous state in the Federation by the last census figures, and by implication has the highest number of youth in Nigeria. And having the highest number of youth in Nigeria, being a commercial nerve center of the northern part of this country, and the commercial nerve center of some West African countries, being one of the most peaceful states in the Federation, you can imagine the influx of youth in Kano on daily basis. So because of this, our concern, first concern is education. We have the highest number of public schools in the country, and we have the highest number of public school children in the country. And you can imagine the cost of education. Well, education is costly, but if you think it is too costly, then you can try illiteracy and ignorance and see what will happen. So we believe in education, and that is why we adopted the policy of free and compulsory education from primary to secondary education. The purpose of this policy is to ensure accessibility of education by all children. Is to ensure affordability of education by all children, and also to ensure the sustainability of the system for the betterment of our children. This policy is heavily loaded. Imagine a low-income earner with 15 children, 20 children, sometimes even 30 children. If such children do not have accessibility to education because they cannot afford education, you will predict what have happened to those children. Of course, they will grow illiterate and they will be veritable recruits for all religious extremists. But the big question is, how do you fund education for the betterment of the youth? First of all, we use our normal budgetary provision, of which the minimum or the internationally accepted is 15%, but in Kano State we made it 16% in our budget. Also, we are so conscious of the counterpart funding by the federal government. Every year, since 2015, when we came into office, we have been paying our counterpart funding up to the latest 2021. In fact, I think we are the highest beneficiaries of the counterpart funding because we always pay our own every year. Right from 2015 to 2021, each year we benefit about 3 billion naira for the education sector. Also, another strategy that we have adopted for the funding of education is Education Trust Fund, where 5% of our internally generated revenue is put into the basket, and 1% of the 44 local governments' statutory allocation is put into the basket. Also, we develop what we call Education Development Fund, where 2% of all capital projects is being deposited into the fund. Also, we have the community participation in the funding of education. And this includes individuals' participation, financing, sponsoring, corporate social responsibilities by corporate bodies. We have specific officers who are going around in order to request for corporate social responsibilities in the development of education in the state. And we have development partners. I have to thank UNICEF and other international organizations that we are collaborating for the development of education. We have to thank Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Dangote Foundation, Bua Foundation, and so many other foundations that we normally hold a conference of development partners so that we iron out our priorities and also we build synergies among the development partners so that we can see how effective and efficient we manage our education system. Another issue that is bothering our youth is the issue of skills acquisition. Let us look at the curriculum of our universities. It's no more clicking. It's no more in conformity with the reality of our socio-economic development. So we are getting so many unemployable graduates every year from various universities in the country. So unless something is done about that, we continue to get graduates who are unemployable because they don't have the relevant skills. The curriculum has been outdated. It is not in conformity with the reality in the situation. So as a state government, being a commercial nerve center where we have influx of youth all the time, we develop what we call ultra-modern skill acquisition center. We spent over 7 billion naira to develop that center. And that center is not built on trial and basis. It is built on knowledge. We had to undertake a research in the private sector, in the public sector, to find out which skills, when are imparted into our youth, the youth can automatically be employed. The youth can automatically be self-employed because we are not copycats just to develop skills that eventually you find that they are not serving the purpose. So as a result of that investigation, we identified 20 different skills. We made a design for the building. We purchased all the necessary equipment pertaining to those skills, and we are training thousands of youths who are getting into the market and become self-employed. In addition to that, we signed a memorandum of understanding with Peugeot Automobile of Nigeria because we found that modern auto mechanic engineers are lacking. The type of auto mechanic engineers were heading are roadside engineers, and most of the vehicles now are computerized. So you find that if you take your vehicle for it to be serviced, you end up your vehicle being spoiled. So we have signed an agreement where every year we train 250 young men and women for 1 complete year on automobile engineering. We did it for the first year, 250, second batch, 250. We are now on the third batch, 250, making 750 when they graduate, when the 250 graduate, and then the last batch will be another 250. So, ladies and gentlemen, we embrace this program. This program is in our heart, And we want to collaborate with any organization that will come and look at our multi-billion naira ultra-modern skill acquisition center, which we train thousands of youth into various skills. We can partner with any organization to see how it can be expanded. 60% is for the indigenous of Kano State, and 40% is for the indigenous of other Nigerians, because Kano is a cosmopolitan area. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and God bless.
Please let's give another round of applause to the governor of Kano State, the action governor. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for your words, what you have done, and indeed what you look forward to doing, especially for the young people in Nigeria today, especially those in Kano. Thank you once again, Your Excellency. Please let's give a round of applause to all the speakers, all those who have shared their thoughts so far. Indeed, there's quite a lot to look forward to, and I like the fact that all of them have harped on accountability. We should hold them to account. This will work. I look forward to it working, and I'm sure you do too, but we need to hold each other to account to ensure that it's actually implemented as it ought to be. Please, can you just give a round of applause to this gentleman by my left-hand side? I think he deserves it. He's been standing for an hour plus. Wow. Thank you, Emmanuel. You're the real MVP. Seriously, you are. Thank you. Don't worry, we'll go soon finish. All right, so we're ending very soon, but we need to hear from a very, very special person who I know would have loved to be here because he has young people at heart. He is 64, but you know, he's still a young youth. That's what some people say. But he does have young people at heart and does a lot for the young people of Nigeria today. His name is Professor Yemi Oshibajo, GCON. He is the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and we're going to hear from him via a video he sent in. It's his keynote address for this particular launch. Please watch.
I'm delighted to join you today for the official launch of the Generation Unlimited program in Nigeria. This program is important because it promises to provide 20 million Nigerians with digital skills, link them to entrepreneurial and other job opportunities, and assist them in realizing their full potential. GenU is an initiative of the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, launched in September 2018 in collaboration with over 200 partners. It has reached to date more than 100 million young people through innovation and programs in some 40 countries across 6 continents. Nigeria has one of the world's largest young populations, and it bears repeating that our country's youth are the nation's present and indeed its future. The cost of failing to invest in them is quite simply unimaginable. So we're excited to be a part of the ambitious goal of reaching young Nigerians with this opportunity. The work is massive, and we know that we cannot achieve this objective without strong partnerships. And so the presidency, the relevant ministries, and state governments will be collaborating with Generation Unlimited Nigeria, the private sector, the international community, and our young people themselves to make this a reality. After extensive consultations with critical stakeholders, it is agreed that GenU Nigeria will have 3 key components: digital skills development, the workforce readiness program, and youth engagement. Youth employment, and especially the empowerment of female entrepreneurs, is a major aspect of GenU Nigeria. And I would like to especially commend Airtel, the Tony Elumelu Foundation, Jobberman Nigeria, amongst others, for their innovative work with young entrepreneurs throughout the country and for their commitment to GenU Nigeria. Over the next couple of years, we will provide digital learning, employment, entrepreneurship, and engagement for and with 20 million young Nigerians. This process is not only significant for our socioeconomic development as a nation in the coming years, but also provides a learning asset for developing future job growth enabling programs. So we are grateful for the commitment of our development partners, private sector and civil society collaborators that has made this possible. It is now my very special pleasure and privilege to officially launch the Generation Unlimited Nigeria program. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your words and indeed the commitment, sir, of the Nigerian government to Gen U Nigeria. Indeed, all hands need to be on deck. Yes, Mr. Peter, you thought I wouldn't say hands, so hands. All right, but all hands need to be on deck to ensure that this happens, this becomes a reality. It's ambitious, it seems impossible, but I do believe that there's a lot of possibility right here. Without further ado, may I respectfully invite for the vote of thanks as we gradually wind down to the end of this event, the Speaker of the Nigerian Children's Parliament, Mr. Maisara Abdul Qadir Abbas.
Good afternoon, everyone who is present here today. The executive governors of Kano State, Edo State, Lagos, development partners, UNICEF, young people, and everyone who is here. My name is Maisara Abdul Qadir Abbas. I'm the Right Honorable Speaker of the Nigerian Children's Parliament, and also an agent of Kano State. I am very delighted that today young people has taken a center stage. After listening to all the passionate conversation and commitment for everyone with the stakeholders, it is an evidence that shows us a roadmap to create an opportunity for 20 million young people who are Nigerians to a better future, to equip them with the quality education, skills training, empowerment, employment by the year 2030. We are full of great ideas. We are Nigerians. We can do it. Together, we can achieve everything. As young people, we are full of potentials, as we all know. And what we need, the truth, is the support from you. And that is what we are currently receiving from you. We thank everyone who his or her hand are being on decks to ensure that Generation Unlimited is a success in Nigeria. Thank you very much, and God bless everyone.
Thank you so much, Maisara. Appreciate you, and indeed appreciate all the young people who are here. Please, the young people, let's hear it out. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. Can I hear that shout? I can't hear it from up there. Now I hear you. This is all about you, and we are grateful to all of you for making it here today. Right, so as we conclude, please remember that hashtag is the hashtag GenUNigeria. And there's so many places you can take pictures. We have a backdrop outside where you can take pictures, and please share on all platforms. Twitter, well, it's gonna happen soon. I'm sorry, I just had to say that. Okay, we hope to have Twitter back, but all other platforms, remember to share everything that's going on here. Right, before we formally close, let me respectfully invite to take some pictures here on the stage, the governors and the representatives present, and also the Tony Elumelu Foundation, the representatives, and also our young people, the Gen U team. Please just come on stage so we take a very quick picture. We're going to take 2 pictures on the stage. So let's do this. Guys. And the governors, the Deputy Governor, Edo State, Commissioner, sir, representing Lagos State Governor, the Minister. Let's have you all on the stage. So the cameramen, please let us know what to do so we can get everyone in this picture. Everyone needs to be here. All right. Are we good? Did you get everybody? Me, Uncle? Did I enter? Okay, just saying. All right, so members of the steering committee, please let's have you on the stage. I know some of you are already here, but with the young people, Maysar, please come back, right? With the governors and young people and the steering committee members, let's have you all here. Thank you. Yes, you can, no, you can. Yes. Are we good? Everybody is maskless. Wait now. Peter. Thank you. So we'll wait for him to make his way here. Right. Good. Thank you all so much. A lot of work actually went into making this event a success, and I just want us to give a big round of applause to all those who worked behind the scenes for months on end, long nights, long days. Please, let's give them a round of applause for the great work in putting this together. Thank you all so much. All right. Okay, some unofficial pictures are taking place behind me, but it's fine. All right. So I want to say thank you to everyone who made it here today. We appreciate you for your time and indeed the thoughts and the commitments you've made to the Gen U project. It's our project, and hopefully in a year when we get together again, we'll see the progress we've made and see how far we're going to go. But we look forward to great things happening at the end of this. Thank you once again. My name is Inya Ode. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and God bless. Don't forget the hashtag GenUNigeria, GenUNigeria. Take as many pictures as possible inside and outside the hall and share on your various platforms. Thank you so much.
As an undergraduate of a reputable university in Nigeria, I study hard and I have a good GPA.
It's actually thought of getting into the labor market soon scares me because I don't know, will I be able to get a good job with my degree, or am I going to join the rising statistics of the unemployed youth in Nigeria?
Many of us stand the danger of being marginalized and left behind. We demand quality education and 21st century skills to thrive in a 21st century economy.
And I've been in the labor market for 2 years now, and it has been very challenging.
Being a female from the northern parts of Nigeria, acquiring technological and digital skills is quite challenging. Therefore, I understand that there is a need for me to put in more efforts, commitment and dedication in acquiring the skill set I need to succeed.
It is quite unfortunate that over the past 1 year, a lot of Nigerians have lost their jobs due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Fortunately for me, my skills came in handy. But still, I had to research more to grow myself.
I've learned quite a lot studying agriculture in these almost 5 years. And I know the reach of my course is endless.
And if I want to be an entrepreneur, do I have the skills that is required? Do I have the capacity to build the business to a successful stage? Or will I, the funds, where am I going to get the funds from? Or will I have to get a job to save funds to start up this business? I don't know.
Even with good entrepreneurship ideas and skills, it is still very difficult to start up a business due to lack of capital.
I acquired my skills through continuous self-learning, mentorship, community tech meetups, resilience, and passion for what I believed in.
But my dream is to own a ranch, and that requires a lot of skills, which is why...
To every girl child, whether the health care, be the education. 'Cause I be small girl, but I get big dreams. Don't want to lag, I'm a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow, and I deserve the best. I'm a Nigerian child.
they could stand. So give love and bring hope to the future in your hand, yeah.
I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow.
I'm the hope for tomorrow.
And I deserve
I'm the hope for tomorrow.
I'm a Nigerian child.
I'm a Nigerian child.
I'm a Nigerian child.
I'm a Nigerian child. Say, I'm a Nigerian child. I'm a Nigerian child. Spread love to the children. Every day give love to the children. Let you know that the kids in the future. Let you know that the kids in the future. Yeah, spread love to the children. Every day give love to the children. Every day spread love to the children. Let you know that the kids in the future.
I am the future of my nation. I am the new generation. I am a light that cannot be snuffed, a dream that cannot be stopped. I can be the best. I have no other home besides this piece of land to call my own. I am a Nigerian child.
Alele, 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 life, alele. If I get chance, children's day, and celebrate them every day. Live your right today, make you no rob them of your tomorrow. Who's my for their face, make you no let them to live in sorrow.
I am a child, the light, the dream, and the hope for tomorrow.
Ba, 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 ba.
And I deserve the best, the clean and the pride of Nigeria.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm a Nigerian child. I am the reason to believe that it is possible. I'm the result to show that anyone is capable. No child is less important, no matter who you are. With a little love and the chance, you too can be a star, yes.